for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
All right, everybody gather around the radio. And by everybody, I mean you guys. Everybody come on in.
Yeah.
Let's get gathered and do our show. Edward was a little late with the here we go. And but here we are.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
No, it is all your fault, Edward. We always look for someone to blame.
Yeah, well, when the
You're always
cadence is
handy.
off, the
Yeah.
offensive line doesn't
Yeah.
know what to do.
I mean, we had offensive
gotta-
linemen jumping
And a
everywhere.
receiver, two
Center
receivers in
snapped the
motion.
ball too soon.
Oh,
it was just
my
a
goodness.
whistles
Friday.
blowing, flags everywhere.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good
You
to be
do a
with
great
guys.
job. You do a great job of sounding
Edward,
the alarm.
You
I'll
are
take
the
the
wing.
blame. I'll take the blame.
You are the wings.
Do you do that at home, like a Saturday
win.
morning when you're ready for? Soon one day it'll be Hannah and the kids, and I just hear Edward, time to go,
That's
time
right.
to go.
Hannah runs the ship.
That's every dad's
Hannah runs
move,
the ship
man.
at home. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, well, at some point you'll be like, I'm in the car. You're yelling, time to go.
Well, that does come up on occasion. It's
After-
like, okay, come on, let's put your shoes on.
Every man's
Time
done
to
it.
put your shoes on right now.
I've got this
Let's
image
go.
of Edward. Like one day, the family's going on a trip. They've got a flight at 10 in the morning, and Edward has them all there at 5 a.m. You know how
Hell yeah.
dads are
Oh.
on these trips. You got to get there super early. And Edward and family will be the only ones there.
You know, you're giving me some PTSD right now.
I
from,
hear you.
From Atlanta last year, leaving the national championship game, and that security line that snaked all the way through the Atlanta baggage claim, which
Oh, I
is
forgot about
significant. I mean, like 3-hour, security lines. And I can't wait to try to get out of Miami on Tuesday morning. I'm really looking forward to this.
Here's the thing about Atlanta. Great connecting airport. Maybe the best connecting airport. Easy to get around inside. But if you've got to check in Atlanta, you better know what you're doing. Otherwise, you can get caught in a situation where you're going to get frustrated.
Well, in this case, TSA pre-check, priority
yeah,
boarding.
but
didn't
everybody's
matter.
got that now.
Didn't matter.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody's got that
It
now.
wasn't because it wouldn't have mattered. It's because the people that are handling the back of the line don't know what they're doing, and they're not telling you what you need to know. And then you got all kinds of people in the wrong line. And that's why with your family in those situations, you get to the airport early. I mean, like really early.
I know.
Not that I want to be there any earlier. I'll tell you what, for as expensive as XNA can be, well, that's a great airport to arrive, 40 minutes before your flight.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
You time that sucker up, you park right there, you walk right in,
In all seriousness.
and you're like, man, this is travel's not that hard.
Well, here it's not. And in all seriousness, and you know this, and I promise you I do, the TSA line at XNA is remarkably short and remarkably well handled.
Let's not talk about
compared to other places in
Let's
the
not
world.
give people any
It
idea.
It
sure
is.
is.
I mean, it is.
It has been.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying that. But compare it to some of the other places, it ain't that bad.
I am going to see a whole bunch of Indiana fans for 2 days here, all over Miami. Listen, you know those premium playoff packages that we were telling you about? $27,000
They're all
tickets and
sold.
$1.1 million suites. You can't, if you wanted it today, it's too late.
Yeah, you
They're
can't
all
buy it
sold
now.
out. I mean, people have said, things like, oh, Miami fans are going to sell their ticket. No, they don't understand Miami. People that aren't Miami fans will be at this game that are in Miami. Like, if you're in Miami, you suddenly claim whatever's winning, whether it's the Heat, the Panthers, the Dolphins. We don't have to worry about that. The Hurricanes and this. Listen, you could have gone to a Hurricanes game not that long ago, and you'd have been one of 15 people in the stands. I mean, you would have thought no disrespect to A-State, but you would have thought you were at an A-State game at Hard Rock, like a regular season game.
Here's the
And
thing.
it'll probably be that way at next year's opener.
Well, it might be. Here's the thing I marvel at in all
It might
this.
be.
Life must be pretty good in Indiana. All these people can drop all this cash to just run all over the country. They're in Pasadena one week. They're in Miami the next. I mean, Atlanta. All points in. Life in Indiana must be pretty good.
They've activated the largest alumni base.
I understand
We didn't even
that.
know that. We didn't know Indiana had the
I'm
largest
just saying,
alumni base.
Indiana must be the ticket. I mean, life in the State's good. You go to school there. Evidently, they're making money. They're traveling everywhere.
I don't know if you can ever find this information out, but my guess is that the percentage of Indiana fans that are at the game Monday night that actually live in Indiana is smaller than we realize.
I don't know.
You've got all kinds of doctors and, accomplished alumni all over the country. And they're like, you know what, like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm going to dust off my Indiana gear from college? Well, that doesn't fit. I'm going to order something new online, and I'm going to the game. And maybe some of them went to the Rose Bowl, and some of them are going to – I mean, I'm not saying people within the state aren't going. I just know there's tons of Indiana fans
I'm sure there are.
that don't live in Indiana.
I'm sure that's true. But I would also imagine that the average Indiana resident today, they all know somebody that's going to the game. Either a relative or a friend or somebody they work with. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those games, if they win, 200,000 people will claim they were there.
I've been there.
But, it's just a remarkable story. And
they couldn't have it in a more expensive place.
Well, right. South Florida in the winter is pretty pricey. What if Miami wins? Has anybody even thought about that possibility?
Somebody asked me about that last night.
What if Miami
They're very
wins?
capable of winning the game.
I mean, everyone in America, we're doing it. Everybody's doing it. How can we do what Indiana's done? How can we replicate what Kurt Cignetti's done? He's the difference. He's the guy. A lot of those things I've said. But what if Miami wins? What if their defense is so good? And what if they can run the ball? What if what if they can do what Reese Davis talked about yesterday? Nobody's really run the ball right at Indiana. What if they can? What if Miami wins? I don't think it's going to happen, but I mean, what if?
I don't know. I think this game might be surprising.
Well, in the back of my mind, a little voice is saying every time everybody thinks it's going to be one way, it always goes the other.
Also, Indiana has done a great job all year fighting to get to this moment. And do they change? Like humans we all have a way of changing sometimes when the stage gets really big or the moment's right there. Jean Van de Velde comes to mind as an easy example with that lead at the British Open, and all of a sudden the pressure becomes so great and you start making mistakes because you start thinking about that and what's on the line instead of what you've been thinking about all year, which is everything but that. And Miami, they have a home field advantage. I mean, they're bringing back anybody that's ever played for the U that you've heard of is going to be. They're going to have more people on their sideline than are on their roster.
It's going to be like a USC game back in the day.
It's going to be a who's who. It's going to be wild.
Well, it will be. And we tend to think of home field advantage in terms of crowd noise, what we do. Yeah, the role we play as fans. There's a familiarity to playing at home. There's a comfort level to, like the old saying, it sounds corny, but it's true, sleeping in your own bed at night. There's something to that, and Miami will benefit from that. Now, look, if Indiana goes out and executes the way they have in these past games, you can have everybody in Miami there. You can have everybody that ever played for the Hurricanes there, and Indiana's going to win. But frustration, pressure, all those things sometimes come into play. I don't know if I'm just trying to talk myself into believing it'll be worth watching for 3.5 hours Monday night. I don't know. My brain tells me Indiana's going to win big, but there is a part of me that would like to see Miami make this thing a game and turn it into something dramatic at the end.
Miami could be facing a lot of pressure too.
No doubt.
And here's the thing that killed Miami at different points this year and almost killed them against Ole Miss is they make mistakes that give you opportunities to really put it on them. And Ole Miss wasn't taking advantage of those opportunities. And I think Indiana will. They've been doing it all year, and they don't make many mistakes. Having said that, Miami's really, really good with some really good players. And when they play their best, they're as good or better than anybody in the country. And so this being a home game, but it's funny, I get the schedule and the itinerary for the teams and all this stuff. And I'm like, every year, this is the 7th year we're doing this show. And every year, it's like Indiana's coming in at this time and then the other team's coming in at this time. And I'm like, where's the airport arrival for Miami? And I'm like, wait, well, that's because they're already there. Indiana gets in tonight at 8 o'clock. Miami doesn't have to do anything. They're already there. Their whole setup's ready to go. This is a road game for Indiana. It's a flat-out road game.
Well, yeah, it's different in terms of travel. It is, no doubt about it. And
This is the first time, I think, in the playoff, outside of the games that are hosted on campus, that you've had a playoff game where both teams aren't coming into that site.
Well, I don't recall a team basically playing a home game Georgia's played over in Atlanta, but that's not like playing in Athens on their home field. So I do think there's an advantage there for Miami. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, and look, if you want one guy to try to overcome all that stuff, he's coaching Indiana, and nothing's fazed him for 2 years. You think about it, and this is maybe the most remarkable thing about Indiana. From the moment Curt Cignetti said, "I win, Google me," nothing's fazed him.
Did he call his shot or what?
He called it. I mean,
you talk about calling it right out of the gate in the opening press conference.
He called it, and we laughed at him. It's like,
well, it was funny.
Yeah,
it still is funny.
I mean,
but now it's different.
Yes, now it's I mean, he pulled it off.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I want to see. That sounds like something Bart would do. Like, we have a breaking 90, and I have breaking news, by the way, on breaking 90.
Oh, okay.
Nobody in this room knows it.
All right,
but I'm going to share it. But I'll share it next when we come back.
So we're going to have a tease for us too.
It'd be like Bart calling his shot, going, "I shoot 72. Google me," and he goes out and does it when he's trying to break 90.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to happen.
Well, after I tell you what I'm going to tell you, you could change your mind. Okay. You might have a different feeling on that.
Okay.
So, do you feel like Miami can be in the game now, Chuck? After all that?
No.
All that
no, not really. Just trying to talk myself into it.
You don't believe that Miami has the ability to play a pretty much mistake-free game?
I think Miami's defense is great, and I don't think I saw where the over/under. It wasn't as high maybe as some people thought it might be. I just don't think Miami offensively can score enough to win. I think their defense is good enough to keep Indiana from scoring as much as they have in some of the games, but I don't. Miami makes a lot of mistakes on offense, and they've been able to overcome them with a really good running game. But if Indiana puts them in a passing situation, Miami's in trouble.
I'm going to be honest here. I'm a little frightened at the idea of Miami winning and being in the city and being in the stadium and being in the town and trying to leave the game
near Michael Irvin.
And I'm
contact high.
Just think about if Miami wins. Okay, Miami is a place they recommend that you not go to on spring break. In fact, Miami's Chamber of Commerce basically says, "Don't come here. Don't come here for spring." Oh, seriously. Google the articles. They've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now.
They all say that down there now.
I mean, it's Miami, when it gets wild. And if they win, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Indiana, if they win, that's like the most polite fan base with just great people who are just excited. Like, all these fans for Indiana at the Rose Bowl, I don't know if a single one of them left during the trophy presentation. They stayed the entire time, which also wasn't great for traffic after, 2 hours after the game. But if Miami wins, I'm a little concerned about being there. I might not have that as simple as I had yesterday morning, that fire report from down there on Dixon Street that I went and delivered. It might not end that well.
I don't know. I don't think
you might see me on CNN.
I don't think you're going to have to deal with that. I think you'll be all right.
I hope you're right. 6:16. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. I didn't know what Bart had on his mind this morning.
He's got a lot of thoughts today, and you people are going to listen to every one of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, and complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool and a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is proudly driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. We've been talking about them for a number of years. The truth is, they've been Northwest Arkansas's premier vehicle dealership for really as long as I can remember. There are lots of reasons for that. Starts with great brands: Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. And then they've got the largest pre-owned selection that you're going to find anywhere. Trusted names. And they're all right here at the Fayetteville Auto Park. But what really separates them is what happens after the sale. You want to know your vehicle can be serviced by people you trust, right where you bought it. And that's exactly what you get at Fayetteville Auto Park. An award-winning service department and an award-winning collision center, all under one roof. It really is your one-stop automobile headquarters. They've been in business for 25 years. That's a long time. Built on trust, relationships, top-tier service. That's how you stay around as long as they have. The Fayetteville Auto Park. Drive with confidence.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yingling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. The setup is really screwy right now. It is a cash grab, not just by the players, by the administrators, by everybody. Everybody. And if I was involved in it like that, I'd be grabbing now too.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It is 6:21. It's Friday. It's January 16th. The Hogs play tomorrow on the road at Georgia. Chuck will be on the call. Tom Hart will be on the call for the SEC Network. He'll join us at 7:30 today. Arthur is in Vermont, and I just wonder what Arthur's getting into here on a Friday, getting ready for a big weekend, I'm sure.
How are you, Arthur?
Good morning, Chuck. The last time I called was last Friday. And I felt good about Arkansas against Auburn. And then the game happened, and then I think Chuck made a very profound statement on Monday about the game. Do you know what that was, Chuck?
No, I don't recall. What did I say?
It's the first time, and I said this on Friday, that nobody had out Arkansas all season. Well, that happened last Saturday. But I tell you what, Cal in the press conference said, this is my fault. And it really started in the Ole Miss game when they were up by 17 and they let Ole Miss back into the game. And he's like, this is going to be a disaster. And then, then they played South Carolina. And I noticed a couple of things late in that game. Even when they were up by 40 points, they were still running plays in the half court. And then I thought it was very interesting, though, during that press conference because he asked if Auburn had won, and they said, yeah, Auburn had lost. And then I swear to God he was looking for you, Chuck. He was going to be like, why did this happen? I felt like also, you know what? Here's the thing, Chuck. This is what you can take. This is kind of a positive thing if you want to see a good game on Monday. Indiana's 2 defensive tackles are injured. Their starting defensive tackles are out. And I've noticed that Miami, now a couple of times they have thrown the ball deep, through a break, a bust in coverage. But most of the time, it seems like they run the ball until they get to the opponent's 35-yard line, and then that's when they decide to do a double reverse flea flicker pass or some other, it's like, especially against Ole Miss, if they just never do anything but hand the ball up the middle, like, why do you need to do all this other stuff? Now, they have some success doing those bubble screens, but a lot of times they get behind the chains because they do something other than hand that ball to that running back. So that could definitely, if they just stick with running the ball and then don't try to get cute when you get on the other side of the 50, I think that could be a problem. If they take 10 minutes off the clock, they can do it with that offensive line. I don't know if they can stop Indiana, though. Indiana, that quarterback, man, he makes some throws. But and then as far as this is the last point I'm going to make, I guess Arkansas still needs some help at the defensive tackle position, probably inside linebacker and safety. Have we heard this before, like year after year? So I'm holding out hope. I'm a little concerned, once again, might have a great, transfer class, but if you can't stop anybody up the middle of the field, it doesn't matter how much you score. So it is Friday, and I will talk to you guys later, and I look forward to the game tomorrow and Monday.
Arthur, I hope you have a great weekend.
Me too.
Thank you for your thoughts. Arthur, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know about Indiana having 2 defensive tackles out.
I haven't heard that.
They got a pass rusher that is questionable.
They are missing 2 defensive linemen, but that's not a change from the Oregon game. They were missing those 2 guys against Oregon as well. I understand the point. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think Indiana's defense is very good, and
Bart thinks they're going to roll.
I do, because Miami's going to make the game-breaking mistake. That they always.
If they make Carson Beck throw the ball, Carson Beck will throw an interception. He just will, and that's just that's how he rolls. That's how he rolls. And but if Miami can run the ball, that changes everything. I just don't know if they'll be able to.
Going to be interesting, I think. I think it might be interesting. More interesting than
I just hope it's worth watching until the end. That's what I hope.
We'll see. We know Miami's capable, and you got to give them credit for getting to this point in the playoff. But they're gonna, unless Indiana does something uncharacteristic, Miami's gonna have to play, pretty much a mistake-free game.
They're gonna have to play the best game they've played under Mario Cristobal to win the game.
And that's what you hope to have happen when you get to this point, the national championship game. It's what you hope to have happen when you're trying to break 90. So yesterday, I had somebody come up to me, and this is a Hall of Fame golf instructor, Hall of Famer, Bill Agler. And Bill Agler was given a lesson yesterday when I pulled up to the Fayetteville Country Club for a late afternoon meeting. And I see Bill out there in the range, and it's, 40-something degrees, maybe. Wind's blowing. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, you can sell, you know, like to say, soup on a stick at that point. And he's out there teaching golf. And so we're sitting inside talking, having our meeting, and here comes Bill. He comes over and he says hello, and he says, hey, Bo, I got to tell you something. He goes, it is my new mission in life, like the fourth quarter of my life, is going to be dedicated to Bart breaking 90. I told my wife, I just feel it in my heart. I've been called to help Bart.
What's a calling?
It's a calling. He called it a mission. And he said it 3 times. And he said, I'm serious. He said, I'm serious.
Uh-oh, Bart.
Bill Agler is a Hall of Fame golf professional. Yeah. He's already in the Hall of Fame. If you've been in the golf world anywhere in this state, you know who Bill Agler is. And he has offered to be your Butch Harmon. And I looked at Bill and I said, or we could just, you know, have you spend some time with me and I could shoot 75 and Bart's still shooting, 95 and we don't ever tell him. He said, that's not my mission. My mission is to help Bart break 90. I mean, there's great. Winning the lottery, and then there's winning the lottery, Bart.
That's great.
And the instructions I've been given are to give you his contact info. And here we go.
This summer we break 90. Next summer we take over the world, Bart. You're going to be breaking 80. You might even break 75.
He doesn't even ask me questions like, what is he shooting now? Didn't even ask it. He just said, my mission is to help Bart break 90. And then we got into the weeds a little bit. And here's what I found out. My wife said that you and Chuck give Bart a hard time. And so like Bill is like, you're out on the street and he's coming to get you.
Mm. Scoring points with his wife. Yeah. He's going to help Bart.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean,
his wife feels sorry for
this
you.
Deal.
Bill's
this
gonna
deal
score
is
some
on.
Points.
This deal
Bart's
is on
going to
lock.
shoot 70.
Whatever it takes.
Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, this is great.
Now, if you can't break 90 with Bill Agler coaching you, you might as well pick something else to play. I mean, this is like a cheat code.
You got it made, man.
We'll make it happen. Make it happen. It's going to happen.
I'm just, to me, this is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big deal.
It is.
So good luck with that.
Don't blow it.
Don't mess it up.
Don't blow it, man.
Don't mess it up.
You don't get opportunities like this every day.
One opportunity. I'll give you Bill's info, and you can get all set up. Hey, that's the kind of opportunity you get with Teamwork Roofing and Construction. If you need a remodel or you need cabinets done or you need a new roof, they're going to give you that kind of help. That's what they do. They help people every day have the best roof they can have, the best remodel, but maybe it's a cabinet job. Teamworkbuilt.com. They've got licensed crews for any job. Great people. They're going to communicate with you all the way through the entire process. No matter, what you need, they're going to help you get it done. They're going to come in on time and on budget. Teamworkbuilt.com. That's the website. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork. 631. Good morning.
I am amazed at the number of people who think they're smart.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ryan Silverfield has my attention.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
Has my attention.
Okay.
Is this like the seal of approval?
Oh, look at that.
Well, I
Are
don't
we
know.
moving closer to the Bart seal of approval?
The man hasn't coached a game yet here.
Yeah.
But
he has your attention.
He has my
Okay.
attention for what he's doing in
Wow.
the transfer portal. You know, when
Y'all better put him in the Heisman.
sure.
Pay attention.
Look, when you see these initial transfer portal rankings, you expect them to change pretty rapidly over the course of the portal period as some of the big dogs in the sport, get after it and start signing players and everything. But when you look at what Arkansas has done in the portal, they've been hanging around the top 10 this entire time in terms of portal class rankings. 10th right now in the country, according to 24/7 Sports. 11th via On3. They're doing a great job in the portal, but what, at least it appears that way, right? We have no idea how these guys are going to play at Arkansas, right? But it appears that things are going well. Here's what caught my attention yesterday. Maryland transfer corner Lakai Rowland signed with Arkansas. Starter at Maryland, had a good year as the starter at Maryland. They're, you could say their best player in the defensive backfield. That alone is eye-grabbing. And a starter from a Power 4 conference school. He visited Ohio State, right? And Ohio State fans were really pissed off that they didn't get this guy. And that he came to Arkansas.
Hey.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know, Oaklawn in Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
I was just thinking this morning on the drive in, boy, it's going to be nice to see Chuck. And I don't usually think that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've got the connection made, Chuck.
Yep,
I
it's
just
all
put him
on
in there.
Bart now.
Bill said to me yesterday, he said, and I'm taking this serious, man. This will be my reputation on the line.
Yeah,
I
Bart,
can't
don't
get Bart
blow
to
it
break
for
that.
him, man.
No.
I got to tell
that's
you
awesome.
that this I didn't have any idea when we started doing this that it would take on the life that it took on with Bart. You know, starting at Big Creek where people are calling the country club office asking for updates. And I think when we do this again, Bart will have been under the instruction of Hall of Famer Bill Agler now. Now, like, we have a Butch Harmon for Tiger, like a Butch Harmon for
This is big.
for Bart. And
big.
and Chuck, we got to have live scoring, and we've got to figure out a way for people to be able to buy shares and predict the outcome.
Kalshi. We got to get it on
Yes.
Kalshi.
I'm pretty sure I was saying it wrong to everyone yesterday after the show.
Yeah.
I
were
called
you
it
saying?
I don't know, everything from ketchup to calish to whatever.
Ketchup.
Callus, I don't know. Kalshi.
I liked the text yesterday. Chuck and Bo
guys get on that
discover
ketchup?
Kalshi.
Yeah, we did.
The name of today's show, Chuck and Bo
We did.
discover Kalshi.
We did, and that's what it
Right
felt
there
like.
on the air.
And it was just it was our natural reaction to the whole thing. I was totally against it. I was totally for it, and by the end, I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't figure out whether I'd rather put 14-1 on the Razorbacks to win the SEC championship or buy shares.
I went through this yesterday. Part of the time I was messing with it, it was, man, this is so much fun. And 10 minutes later, it was like, this is so stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, man, this is, and all of a sudden it's 4 o'clock.
That's a real life
know.
Tabata. You're like 20 seconds,
Yeah.
20 seconds
Yeah.
on, 10 seconds
I know.
off. But
I know.
20 minutes on, 10 minutes of this is ridiculous. 20 minutes back on, this is ridiculous. All day. That's a time suck. I could just tell. Bart now is in a position where I didn't know this before. He could be a financial advisor. I mean, you go from Bart's locks to him telling you where you should invest your money in shares.
Career. It's a new career. We're opening up a new business here.
Well, I've decided
Side
once
hustle
again,
on the
I'm-
Chuck and Bo show.
I'm glad you're smart about all this, Bart, because I'm not. And every time I discover one of these new apps, that allows you to predict or bet or, all that stuff, I always have a little less money at the end of the day than I do when I started. I just don't know what I'm doing. I need your guidance. I need you to be my Bill Agler. Will you?
I will accept
all right,
the challenge.
all right.
Yes.
Very good.
We're going back to Oaklawn on the 30th. We'll be doing the show on the 30th. That's the opening
2 weeks from today
of the classic racing season. Yep, the Southwest Stakes, right? Or that day, I believe, on the 30th.
It'll be a big race.
It'll be a big day. And I was just thinking, like, are you going to stick around and watch the first race? Because I'm going to need you to do what you did the last time.
If you'll remember the last time we were there, who walked out of the place with all the money?
Yeah.
It was your boy, right? Here.
That's your guy.
And I expect that to happen again. You guys,
It's the Saturday that by the Southwest
Okay.
Stakes is,
Okay.
is
the next
31st,
day.
yeah.
but it's a big weekend,
That weekend.
and it's a
big
weekend to go.
It's a big weekend.
There'll
for
be
horse
people
racing.
there. It'll be fun. It'll be, it'll be like you remember Oklahoma always be.
Do you guys want to
Only
run it
better.
back and do DeLucas again? You want to do the Bugler? I mean, we need to get things set now. You can't be waiting around to the last minute and asking people for favors. I mean, we can, but we don't. It's not the best practice.
Yeah. I think it's great.
Yes.
Chuck's like, I want to
Yes.
do it. What are you talking about? I want to
wanna
do it exactly like
we
we
did
did
it
it the last time.
I have the same
I want to
clothes
get
I
there
wore
at the
the whole
same
deal.
time. I want to get the same thing at the restaurant. I want to walk away from that machine and walk over to that one.
I'm taking
I
the
wanna-
same cash. I've got it in a roll from the last trip. I've not touched it. It's my lucky money. I'm taking it back.
I want to come over to you and Bart just like I did the last time and pretend to be interested in what you're doing, and then I'm going to just sort of Irish goodbye away, and then I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to come back, and we're going to look at him and go, you haven't gone to your room yet? He's like, I'm going there now. And we're like, we're right behind you. And then we find out the next morning he hit another one on the way to the room.
I did. I couldn't
And
help
everybody
myself.
was in bed by 9:30.
I know. It was, and I don't know how you guys are.
What a night.
I don't know how you guys are. Some people, like when they go to a casino, they like to all, be together. Gamble together. 3-4 guys in a group, backslapping and all that stuff.
No, man, not Chuck.
Not me, man. I find
Lone
it to be
wolf.
more of a solo endeavor.
Lone
that
wolf, Chuck
if you've got all these people around you, sometimes they can bring bad energy and a bad vibe. And I like to control the vibe.
That's why you don't play blackjack, because you don't know who's going to be at the
That's
table.
there's
And you
a
don't
lot
know-
of truth to that.
You don't know what their attitude's going to be or what kind of dumb thing
I like
they're
to
doing.
play blackjack early early in the morning when I'm the only one there.
Were you doing that before the show?
I might have stopped in.
On Friday.
I was the last one at the table.
Bart and I are over there like throwing all this stuff together. Chuck's like, should I hit that? 16. Should I hit that? One more hand. Yeah. Bang. Oh, win. Okay. I got to go do a show.
It's 5:50. I need to.
I got to go do a show.
I hear Edward's voice. Here we go. And
it haunts him throughout the casino.
Edward, you got 2 weeks to get somebody trained up, man.
I know, man.
That's not good.
2 weeks. You need Bill Agler's help too? Sure. Yeah.
Whomever this character is.
This is hurting the chemistry of the team. The Chuck, Bo, and Bart Roadshow is it's hurting the team. It's hurting the culture. Edward's left out. He's the lone man back here. And you can just see it right now. I can feel it.
It's pretty boring whenever the show is like away from here.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one in the studio.
I know.
I don't even turn the lights on.
I know.
Really?
I turn the house lights on. That's it. Yeah. I don't turn the big studio lights on.
Do you wear your PJs in here when we're not here?
I wore sweats last time.
Yeah.
And these shoes I have on now, but
I'm just telling you, man. Listen, you got 2 weeks for this show, and then we're going down for the Broyles Award, a couple of weeks after that. So however you want to look at it, you've got 2 weeks before we go do the show on the 30th at Oaklawn, and you got a month before we go do the show at Oaklawn again.
Was our posts about needing interns fruitful?
Look at Edward wanting the post to solve the problems. Man, get on the phone, get down
you gotta
there,
go
talk
get him,
to
man.
the
You gotta
professor.
recruit.
Go get and press
You gotta
the
be
flesh.
aggressive.
Get in there and go. Yes, go in there and see somebody face to face and say, "Listen, man, we're gonna make it worth their while. Somebody's gonna actually
be a star?
The Chuck and Bo show.
Do you want to be a star?
You could be on the air. You could be. Who knows what you could do? I mean, Sawyer Radler. He runs Hogs Plus now. General manager. The whole show, he runs it.
And we got a couple in
Started
jail,
right here.
too, but we're not going to tell them about them.
Yeah.
And
don't tell them about the non-success stories. Don't tell them about Jackson. Tell them about, what it can be.
Oh, man.
Jackson's fine.
Drive-by.
I wouldn't say it.
An absolute drive-by.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't love them.
That poor kid.
It's like a coach. If they quit coaching you and they quit giving you crap, they're not coaching you anymore. They're not paying attention anymore. I don't mean it bad. Just
Catching strays at 6:45.
I can't feel
He's
bad.
not up. He's not up.
well,
we
no,
know
no,
that.
we do know
One
that.
thing we do know is he's not up.
I love Jackson. I also know that during the few months that Jackson was with us, he went on more vacations than this whole crew combined in the last 5
He
years.
is a vacationer.
I mean, he's got an amazing life.
I know that.
And his life was too amazing for this. 5 a.m. grind. I mean, let's just be honest. So you got to go find the people that like Kurt Signetti does.
The hungry ones.
The hungry ones.
Do we have a budget like Kurt Signetti does?
Listen, man, all you keep doing to me
I'm
is
just
coming back to me
kidding.
to
I'm
solve your problem.
joking.
Just what I'm trying to do is get you solved. I'm encouraging you.
I know.
You got 2 weeks or a month. Either way, you can go to Oaklawn.
All right.
You can bunk with Bart.
Suddenly, I'm fine with my role.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a way of doing that too.
Rooming with Bart.
We'll
God,
just
what
get
would
you.
that be like?
We'll get you something at Blakeman's to make you. Oh my gosh, 646. Good morning. You really make me want to call you a moron. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yingling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened, and perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well, in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
When it comes to any kind of construction, you need to know and be able to depend on who you're dealing with. When it comes to your roof or a remodel, Teamwork Roofing and Construction builds everything using only the best materials, including Malarkey shingles that perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Your roof is more than just shingles. It protects your home, your business, and everything inside, residential or commercial, simple or complex. Teamwork Roofing and Construction has the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget, treating every job like it's their own. They do what they say, show up when they say they will, and when the job's done, it's like they were never there, except for a brand new roof or a remodel. And they now do cabinetry. Get the customer care and reliability you can count on. Visit teamworkbuilt.com. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
Can I be honest?
Please do.
I mean, this is me being vulnerable and transparent, which I know you love and are very comfortable with.
I know what's coming.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
National Fig Newton Day.
I like a good fig Newton.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Still, after all these years.
You want to explain this one to me? National Nothing Day.
Yeah, this one is very contradictory, and I put it on there because it made me laugh. It's apparently a day to celebrate no other days.
That is funny.
which doesn't make
Except for
sense
Fig Newton Day.
because it in and of itself is a day, and also it's National Fig Newton Day. So they picked a bad day for it.
So you're saying today you find your inner peace with what really
Well,
your
it's a day.
joy really
It's a day to
comes
not
from.
celebrate any other national days because there are no other national days, except in fact there is
Fig Newton Day.
Fig Newton Day.
Is there a National Celebrate Yourself Day?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I bet there is. I mean, in this society, we would definitely have to have
I'm sure
that.
there is.
But this could be a day where, you know, you just kind of find your own, like, hey, you know what? It's not about everything else.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah.
Not about all the circumstances. It's about
a nice Fig Newton. Been doing nothing.
the simple life.
I'm going to sit on my back porch and eat some Fig Newtons today.
Speaking of
That's a
back
life
porches, Weicker could find you
They could
a back
find
porch
you a back porch, as a matter of fact. And
for summer.
They've been doing it a long time. And, we all have this idea of, what our dream home is. We have this picture in our mind. And they'll help you find that home. And they'll help you find that home in a location that you're thrilled with. And they really will get you home. They've been doing this for a long time. And, I partnered with them years ago. And it's really become a partnership for life. And I think most people that do, buy a home or sell a home through Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, the same thing happens to them because you do get the personal touch, you get the service, and you get the knowledge that doing this since 1978 brings. And that's what they do each and every day at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They're in Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. We talk about that office a lot. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
The Hogs have a top 25 matchup on Saturday. Georgia's ranked 21st.
Yeah, they are.
Tip-off set for 3. The game will be televised by the SEC Network. Chuck and Z will have the call right here on the radio.
Saturday road games are the hardest ones to win in the league. I mean, when you go to somebody's place and win on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday night, you've really accomplished something. That'll be a tough game. That'll be a really tough game.
Game is on ESPN2.
ESPN2.
That's a typo on my mistake.
ESPN2 with the game. Tom Hart also works for the SEC Network and the rest of ESPN, and he'll join us at 7:30.
What a weekend for Tom Hart. Lives in Atlanta, just like, drives about
That's
40.
great.
Drives about 45 minutes
sure
over there.
Appreciates that.
Yeah.
We'll probably not have a line during the show today, right? On the game tomorrow?
Probably not.
There's one on Cauchy.
Yeah. How much?
Arkansas, 49% chance to win on Cauchy.
49.
49 cents a share.
So Georgia's 51.
That's right.
Cents a share.
That's how it works out.
How about that?
I've discovered in one day of Cauchy, it's like life. The key is knowing when to get out. I mean, you really have to know when to quit. Sell and go.
Think I should leave now?
I'm just saying.
It's almost 7 o'clock Friday. Good morning.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit GoPaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal. Two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye. And you will be too.
For Chuck Barrett, I'm Bo Madden.
Yeah.
Good morning. Hey, kids.
When it
how
comes
about
to
a
watching games,
Chuck and Bo
nobody
Show.
does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
So I think it was Saturday. I went to go get something for lunch, right? And I went to a local establishment that has a drive-through, right? I wanted a cheeseburger, right?
Is it a fast food place or they just have a to-go lane?
No, I mean it's a drive-through.
It's a drive-through, and you went to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
All right.
And I pull into the drive-through. I order my food. They ask for a name for the order, and I gave them my name.
Bart.
They called you Mark.
No. The guy said, "How's your pops Homer doing?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man, I haven't heard that one before." So, I was like, "Well, we're off to a rip-roaring start here."
Did you say clever or something like that?
Yeah, I said, "That's funny." Get to the window, and the total was like $14.94 or something like that. Almost $15, not quite 15.
What all did you have in this order?
It was a burger and fries.
That was it?
That was it. I hand the guy a $20 bill, and he takes the $20 bill and is fixing change or like, putting it in the cash register, whatever. And he turns to me and is like, "Do you want your change or would you like to leave it as a tip?"
Yeah.
And your response was?
$5 and something at the drive-through. Right?
What'd you say?
I said, "No, I want my change."
Did you say it like that?
I said,
I think you probably did, Chuck.
I was like, I'd like my change. Yes, please. And so the guy hands me back his change, or hands me back my change, and then sticks a tip jar out the window. And I'm like, what is?
He wanted his tip.
What is going on here? I'm at the drive-through. This is inappropriate.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I told you yesterday, he's like Mike Judge, the creator of Beavis and Butthead, a Rice graduate like myself.
You went to school with a guy who created Beavis and Butthead?
He was about 2 years older than me, Bo.
King of the Hill, too.
Mike Judge has no connection whatsoever to Rice University.
You guys are horrible.
No.
If the guy wants to go through life thinking he went to college with the creator of Beavis and Butthead, what's the harm?
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's start on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Never know what's going to happen in the first hour of the Chuck and Bo Show. And apparently, from Clay Henry's perspective, it wasn't good enough. So we're going to try to raise the bar this hour just for Clay.
Try to please Clay.
Yeah. And now,
So make Clay happy.
now that's
hour.
those goalposts are moving. Those are moving goalposts.
Clay's up early.
Yeah. And I was just thinking, should we send Clay a review after we have him on Mondays? Should we send him an immediate review of how we think it went?
Clay, that was great.
How would
Clay,
that go?
That wasn't good enough.
How would it go?
Well, you got to step it up.
How do you think? What would that interaction be like? And Clay is also driving, and I can tell because or maybe he just does this all the time. It was sent by Siri, and it's just littered with, editorial mistakes. So what we need
Not
is
the Clay Henry way.
No.
It would have been perfectly punctuated.
No, exactly. But we do appreciate you listening, Clay. We were wondering if anybody was, so thank you. Bill Agler and Bart have connected, and
That's right.
Hall of Famer Bill Agler is going to try to help Bart break 90, and they're connected. And he said he's excited to work with a legend. His son has already
He called
phoned
me a
him
legend,
and let him
which
know
is a little
that
too, I don't know about that. But
I don't know, Bart.
You just got to roll with it, Bart.
You sure acted like it when you were holding court at Big Creek in the Champions Dinner the night before your big
when
day.
people ask an opinion from me,
Yeah,
opinion,
well, I
I'm
mean,
going
they
to give
don't
it
ask
to
from
him.
just anybody.
I'm gonna give it to him.
You were the guy. I saw a story on ESPN yesterday. It was ranking the recruiting classes so far, and Ryan Silverfield was second on the list.
High school recruiting.
Yep.
Classes.
Yep. That's right. Recruiting classes. Franklin was one. Silverfield was two. Of new coaches. Talking about new coaches. And then I read this story on Signetti. And there's a lot of things in there that we've talked about and known. Brandon Marcello talked about it when he was on last, that he was writing this story. And it's a really long, in-depth piece on Kurt Signetti. But the big takeaway for me in the story was giving a little bit more detail to what Indiana has on its roster, which is not a bunch of four-star players. Their average stars under 3. Their starting roster is under 3 stars. Miami's is almost 4. So the level of talent that people have evaluated and rated these guys at Miami's higher by a full star than Indiana's. And what we've talked about is how Signetti has said, I'm not going for like projections and potential. I'm going for proven production. And basically what he's done is he's gone out and found guys that have started for 2 to 3 years somewhere else, and they've been productive. Whether they were at James Madison, Tulane, or some other Power 4 school, but being at a Power 4 school didn't necessarily matter to him. Now, he still evaluates whether he thinks they can play at the level that Indiana plays at, or if you're looking at it from an Arkansas perspective, you still have to evaluate that here. But to me, that's one of the most interesting things about what Indiana's been able to achieve is they've gone out and they've got guys in the portal that aren't the sexy names, the stars, the $5 million guys, although they have a guy or two like that. But their team is largely built on players that are in a pool that did not turn down major programs to say yes to Indiana. And to me, that gives a pathway for a lot of schools that struggle to win those recruiting wars in the portal. There's a lot of those guys out there. Can you find them? Trinidad Chambliss, if you want to get away from the Indiana example, Trinidad Chambliss is a D2 example of that. These guys, there's 4,000 plus guys in the portal, almost 5,000 guys in the portal.
We sometimes as fans become slaves to the big name. If a coach is not from a big name school, if a player doesn't transfer from a big name school, we don't think they're any good. And we all fall into this because let's face it, you hear, a guy coming from a place that's, you've heard of or that's had football success, you get a little bit more excited about that. Well, he may be a backup at that football school, and this other guy may be a 3-year starter at this place you've never heard of. Well, who's going to be the better player? Probably the 3-year starter. In all probability. I just think Cignetti's the difference. I think he is the difference. I think this is a phenomenon that could probably only happen in a place like Indiana, a place that has not had success before. Nobody else would have hired Curt Cignetti. That's just the truth. We talked about this, and you brought this up a couple of days ago on the air. You take an SEC school, you take any other Big Ten school besides Indiana, and say, we're going to hire a 60-year-old guy who's been at James Madison. People are just going, what are you doing? But they had the cover to do it because they're a basketball school. They had the cover to do it. I think he's exceptional. I think he's a generational type coach. I think he has taken, you hear people say, they use the phrase, everything I've done in life's prepared me for this moment. Sometimes that's just a line. But in Curt Cignetti's case, you can see it live out. Every experience he's had in football has prepared him for this moment, and he's slaying it. And I give Indiana, the university, as much credit as anybody on this for having the courage to hire the guy, and because he doesn't get hired at very many places in this day and age.
You got to have the right coach to do anything. And it's funny because we talk about these players that are middle-of-the-road quarterbacks, for example, that are getting $4, $5, $6 million to go play football another year in college, and are they really that good? We've been doing that with coaches for forever. I mean, for 20 years, we've been paying coaches, taking a shot on some guy, giving them like a massive contract with not that much to go on. If you want to talk about Silverfield, at least Silverfield comes in having done some really good things at another program. That was the move that they made, and I'm not trying to say he's Cignetti, but that was the move they made at Indiana. They went and got a guy that had been very successful at a lower-tier conference and said, okay, let's see if he can do that here. And if you look at the way Cignetti evaluates players, that's the kind of coach Arkansas got. They went out and got a guy that has production. He's produced. He's done some really good things at Memphis. So what does that turn into here? And if you want to turn it into a topic, my question would be, outside of money, because that's just low-hanging fruit to talk about, and Indiana hasn't just built their roster on money, how do you win at Arkansas? Like, because all we've talked about, it seems like, for months, was who the coach was going to be, and that was going to be everything, and that was going to be the whole thing. But, 3 years ago, if Arkansas had been hiring, who would have been calling the show asking for Cignetti to be hired from James Madison? So can we have a little bit deeper conversation? What is it? What about a coach? What characteristics do you have to win at Arkansas?
Well, it's not just here. I mean, there are obviously common characteristics among great coaches, but I think a big part of what goes on in the country right now in terms of college football is its evaluation. The thing that has made Cignetti so good as a coach and makes other coaches, at least a big part of it, is their ability to evaluate. What are they watching? Can I coach this 2.5-star into a 4-star? Is he that good? Does he have that in him? You got to do the same thing when it comes to evaluating coaches. And I know I say this because I would be the same way. There are a lot of guys out there that know just enough to screw it up. There are people making the hiring decisions out there that know just enough to get everything wrong. I would be that guy, and most of us in this room, most fans would be that way. We know just enough to screw it up. When Broyles was here as the head coach, he knew how to identify coaches, guys nobody had ever heard of, Look at the tree. Look at the guys that became head coaches. Look at the football men in that group. Well, one person identified who they were. They saw all that when nobody else did, and that was the head coach. I think in a lot of places, the goal is to win the press conference. And they think if they win the press conference, they've hired the right guy because the donations start flowing. But the truth of the matter is, and again, I would be this guy, they don't know the game the way they think they do. They know the game from a fan's perspective. They don't know the game from a coach's perspective. Now, I will give Hunter Yurachek a lot of credit on this because there were probably, and certainly, I mean, when people called into this show, they didn't say, man, I want that guy at Memphis. That's not what they said. They dreamed bigger than that. I think Hunter's hired a football coach. I think Ryan Silverfield is a football coach. I'm not talking about a guy that is going to try to go win the press conference. I don't think he was a home run at the press conference, frankly. And I don't think he needed to be. I don't care about that. Cignetti was a hit only because he said, I win. Google me. Everything else just went in one ear and out the other.
Until he
won. So I think the head coach has a lot to do with it. But I think the people hiring the head coach have a lot to do with it too. And I think that's where a lot of schools come up short.
It's the same thing as the coach evaluating the player.
Exactly.
The AD evaluating the kind of coach.
Well, and then you've got to be able to get rid of all the outside noise, all the stakeholders, all the shareholders out there. You got to satisfy them too.
Yeah, because a lot of these hires are made over excitement. They're trying to get the fan base excited to sell tickets and all that. And at the end of the day, if you take a little hit up front, but you end up getting the right guy in the long term, that investment is going to pay off. But we see people get it wrong every hiring cycle, like mostly get it wrong in hiring head football coaches in college.
Well, as fans, and I'm guilty of this, we think if a guy's a good soundbite, he's a good coach. No, he's just a good soundbite.
For us, that's perfect.
Yeah, we love that guy.
We love a good soundbite.
Yeah.
We love Coach O coming on the show.
That's right.
Matt in Fort Smith. Good morning, Matt. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning. Hey, I saw on the TikTok, and I don't believe anything on TikTok, but it said Indiana has 47 players that are in between the ages of 22 and 24. And is that the trend we're going now?
He is big on older and experienced players. Production and experience over youth and potential.
So, like, that high schoolers now or what?
No, so for Cignetti, it's about the portal numbers that you get every year decreasing. Because if you can get good high school talent that you believe in, that you evaluate, that you think are going to produce, you're growing them in your program. The problem for most programs right now is they can't keep those guys in their program. And so as you lose those freshmen who didn't really play or the sophomores that didn't really play, and next year they would have played, but now they're going somewhere else for more money, now you got to go replace your roster, replenish it every year. But in the portal specifically, Cignetti's talked about getting more experienced guys that have played and produced. Miami's team's pretty old too, by the way. These teams are 22, 23 years old, a lot of them.
But, Matt, you and I both know the next time or if a team comes along and wins with younger players, that's going to be what everybody does.
Well, Cal's having that conversation right now in college basketball.
Basketball and football are different.
They are. But you got a freshman at Miami that would, you have way more players. But you also have, some really good freshmen that can flip the game.
One more thing. What I miss is, do you remember when they used to tell you their GPA and what they're studying and all that, and now it's just all NIL and where they came from?
I don't remember them saying what their grades were. I do remember saying them. I do remember hearing them say what they were majoring in.
There are still people that go, we have a team GPA of whatever.
Yeah, they had a 4.0 GPA studying whatever.
Do you want to hear more about that? Do you want to hear more about it?
It's like the coach.
No, I just remember when they did it.
It's like the coach has said, I want him to be ready for Harvard Monday through Friday and ready for the NFL on Saturday. Yeah. That's a hard one to pull off.
All right, I love y'all show. Thanks,
man.
Thank you.
We have gotten We have all just sort of gotten to the point where we don't have to talk about that anymore because it was all fake to begin with. So that's nice.
For the stars, it is. For the others, it's not. But for the stars, it is.
But I mean, from an entertainment, what kind of team you're gonna have
nobody's
standpoint. Like talking to the fans, just like, yeah, we suck, but our GPA is amazing.
If a guy's a good player and a great citizen, you're going to hear about what a great citizen he is. If a guy is just a great player, that's what you're going to hear about too. You're not going to hear about the fact that he's a bad citizen.
Or you can have Hunter Henry up for when is that voted on, by the way? Walter Payton Man of the Year?
Yeah, he's won the New England. He's been named the Patriots Walter Payton Man of the Year, and could be the NFL Man of the Year too. And that's a nice deal for him. I think those who know him.
Thursday, February 5th.
Okay.
All right.
Those who know him, not surprised at all. Hey, let me talk about Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric for a minute before we go to a break. Comfort and quality are always within reach at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. 50 years, over 50 years. Homeowners have trusted them for world-class service. They do things maybe even a little differently in this day and age. Premium service, expert installation, every detail matters. Same week installations available. Here's the thing about Pascal too. Their plant protection program gives you peace of mind year round. It's about to get really cold again. It's pretty chilly out there right now. This is not the time to have your heater go on the fritz. Hottest day in the summer is not the time to have your AC go out. When you partner with Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, that doesn't happen because they make sure along the way that all the problems that could lead to that are taken care of. That's what happens when you become a Pascal partner, and you can log on to gopascal.com.
Do you have more opinions today? Do you have more things that we haven't gotten to?
Hell yeah, brother.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeickerGriffin.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is proudly driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. We've been talking about them for a number of years. The truth is, they've been Northwest Arkansas's premier vehicle dealership for really as long as I can remember. There are lots of reasons for that. Starts with great brands: Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. And then they've got the largest pre-owned selection that you're going to find anywhere. Trusted names. And they're all right here at the Fayetteville Auto Park. But what really separates them is what happens after the sale. You want to know your vehicle can be serviced by people you trust, right where you bought it. And that's exactly what you get at Fayetteville Auto Park. An award-winning service department and an award-winning collision center, all under one roof. It really is your one-stop automobile headquarters. They've been in business for 25 years. That's a long time. Built on trust, relationships, top-tier service. That's how you stay around as long as they have. The Fayetteville Auto Park. Drive with confidence.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yingling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
School sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, Friday morning. Tom Hart's coming up here in a little bit.
Tom Hart.
He's going to call the game. He's a world-renowned ESPN play-by-play man. Does a great job. We love having him on the show, and he'll be on the call. ESPN 2.
Fun guy.
3 o'clock.
Yep.
On Saturday.
4 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
3 o'clock
4 o'clock Eastern. I'll be in the Eastern time zone.
So will I.
I'll be running around Miami trying to find it on the radio.
Well, I won't
Going
be
from
enjoying
practice.
that kind of glamour life, Bo. But
yeah, that's a real glamour
I
life.
will be at a shoot-around at Stegman Coliseum.
You'll
Does
actually
that compare?
You'll have
Does
the
that
glamour
compare?
life.
I don't have
What
the
are you
glamour.
talking
I
about?
do
You'll
not.
be at the game indoors, like ready to call
I
the
do
game.
not have the
I want to
glamour
watch
life,
or listen to the
that's
game,
true.
and I'm going to be running around picking up credentials and going to Indiana's practice for 15 minutes. Then driving across Miami and going to another thing, and then driving across Miami. Does that sound like glamour, Chuck? Come on. Now, if I was in a helicopter, then we'd have something. I could get Jerry Jones to come along and help out.
Wouldn't that be cool, like Jerry living wherever he lives?
Jerry,
I'm going to assume
fly
Highland
me
Park.
around.
You know,
Yeah.
hop in that chopper and head up to Frisco.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Do you think the Cowboys are going to be good next year?
Nah,
Okay.
probably not. They'll win the first game, and we'll be talking Super Bowl. But you know.
You were telling me earlier that Otis Kirk was reporting
Yeah, I was gonna
that
text
they're probably going to sign some more
I
players.
saw that. They were going to sign a bunch of players like over the next 24, 36 hours. He's saying like 10, 12 guys, something like that. It sounds like we're reaching a crescendo in the transfer portal.
I want to go back and look at the portal and the transfer tracker and just see how many guys have like actual playing experience.
That's a good question.
I think that if you're looking at what Signetti's done and what we've been talking about, that's a component that I think is an indicator of, the experience you're bringing in. And I think there's a mix here of guys that have played quite a bit, guys that have played some, and guys who have played very little. But there's definitely some guys who have started and produced at other schools. And the more of those guys you have, I think the better off you are when you're talking about the transfer portal. And the thing about if they're not like a popular name, we don't know much about them. But we didn't know much about anybody on Indiana's roster. We knew about Mendoza.
I didn't.
He was we didn't know about him as a star, but he was a highly recruited kid. There's a video I saw today of him at one of Miami's camps, in his sophomore in high school. But he went out to Cal and wasn't, that great, but he's really been great at Indiana and maybe the first pick in the draft.
Guys mature at different rates, physically, emotionally, the whole deal. And he obviously matured at the right time for Indiana. And I think part of his success is because he's older, because nothing phases him, because he's been through all this stuff. He's not supposed to be there anyway. So he just relaxes and plays. And I've gotten that sense from the moment he first ran out there on the field for them. It's like, this guy's comfortable. There's not anything that's happening out here that's phasing the guy. And, when you talk about Silverfield, the thing that really has endeared him to our people is the fact that he went out and he signed Arkansas kids.
The best kids in Arkansas.
But the reality is, when you sign a true freshman in football, a true freshman in football is not like a true freshman in basketball. Silverfield's immediate success, and I'm talking next year, right out of the gate, it's going to be determined more by some of these guys who have played a bit at other places, as opposed to the true freshmen that make you popular when you first get the job. Now, you got to develop those guys, and you said it a minute ago. This is the double-edged sword to freshmen. And when people say, why don't they sign freshmen? This is why. Because you spend all your money developing the guy, and then somebody else comes in and poaches him. And you can't stop it. You can't stop it. And that's the great frustration, I'm sure. But you still have to go out and do it. Because as we've seen here, there's great value in a coach going out and getting the best Arkansas kids. Does it mean they'll help you win the SEC? The truth is, I don't know. But I do know next year, at least my thought is, his success or failure is going to depend on guys who've played, either here or somewhere else.
It was interesting that Indiana, their center, who has been great, Pat Coogan, who won the MVP at the Rose Bowl, that he came from Notre Dame. He went from Notre Dame to Indiana last year.
Yeah.
And, man, you would just think a lot of people would be like, are you sure about that? I mean, Indiana was decent last year. They went to the playoff. They got knocked out right out of the gate.
Best team in Indiana.
And Notre Dame, looked pretty good this year, but then they got left out of the playoff. But most people would tell you, man, you're going to leave Notre Dame to go to Indiana? Well, now he's playing for the national championship. But they don't have a bunch of players like that. They don't have a bunch of players, outside of him and Mendoza. They got a bunch of guys that a lot of people could have had.
Again, you're talking about it, and Coogan may not be the best example because he was at Notre Dame, but you're talking about a roster full of guys who've played other places, who probably think they are better than what somebody else thinks, and they're hungry. They're looking to prove themselves, and Cignetti's perfect for them.
Tom Hart's coming up next. Indiana trying to finish the job off and get the job done Monday in Miami. That's what WT Equipment can help you with every day. The Bobcats can help you with light construction equipment like none other. Every job has challenges, and Bobcat can do it all. Tight spaces, short timelines, whatever the obstacle, Bobcat's ready. They also have other brands like New Holland, Hustler, Steel. WT Equipment's family-owned, locally operated. A dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. Doesn't matter whether you're running a farm or managing a job site. They can help you get the job done. WTEquip.com.
There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots at him.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ryan Silverfield has my attention.
Oh, yeah? Well, okay.
Has my attention.
Okay.
Is this like the seal of approval?
Look at that.
Well, I
Are we
don't know.
moving closer to the Bart seal of approval?
The man hasn't coached a game yet here.
Yeah.
But
he has your attention.
He has my attention for what he's doing in the transfer portal. When
y'all better put him in the Heisman.
Sure.
Pay attention.
Look, when you see these initial transfer portal rankings, you expect them to change pretty rapidly over the course of the portal period as some of the big dogs in the sport get after it and start signing players and everything. But when you look at what Arkansas has done in the portal, they've been hanging around the top 10 this entire time in terms of portal class rankings. 10th right now in the country, according to 24/7 Sports. 11th via On3. They're doing a great job in the portal, but what, at least it appears that way, right? We have no idea how these guys are going to play at Arkansas, right? But it appears that things are going well. Here's what caught my attention yesterday. Maryland transfer corner Lakai Rowland signed with Arkansas. Starter at Maryland, had a good year as the starter at Maryland. They're, you could say their best player in the defensive backfield. That alone is eye-grabbing, and a starter from a Power 4 conference school. He visited Ohio State, right? And Ohio State fans were really pissed off that they didn't get this guy. And that he came to Arkansas.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending to running a small business to helping your kids learn more smart money habits or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
When's the last time you wrote someone a handwritten note?
It's been a while, I have to admit. I mean, I've sent a lot of what I consider
birthday
to be
cards.
Meaningful texts, but I have...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hogs in Georgia tomorrow at 3. ESPN2, and Chuck will have the call with Z on the radio. Tom Hart's going to have the call on ESPN2. And he's joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show now here on a wonderful Friday. I guess, Tom, you don't have to travel far for this game being in Atlanta.
No, I don't, but I'm not happy with you guys. I mean, I gave you the opportunity to change it to the Bo and Chuck Show, and you didn't. It's still the Chuck and Bo. I mean, you named it after a guy who Irish exits on a Friday night.
I didn't Irish exit. I spoke to you as I was leaving.
Yeah.
I spoke to you as I was leaving.
And you literally said, I'm pulling an Irish exit. And you disappeared down the hallway.
Well, maybe, I didn't include that part.
If you knew the level of respect that showed to you, Tom, I mean, you got more than most of us, pal.
Right. Well, he couldn't sneak past me. We're standing in the doorway. I practically tackled the guy.
But
he walks out of the elevator.
There is the I'll be right back, Chuck, and there is no right back.
I got to go make a quick phone call. I'll be right back.
Yeah. He's literally considering picking up smoking so he can use that as an excuse. I'm going to step outside and have a cig. I'll see you guys in a bit. And by a bit, I mean at the game tomorrow.
A couple of days.
Well, at least he gave me fair warning. Actually, no, he didn't about what I was walking into. And Coach Z was primed and ready to go. Let me tell you, that guy's like a lava lamp. I mean, he just keeps bubbling and bubbling and bubbling.
That's a great description. That is so true.
He never stops talking.
So, which is perfect for a radio play-by-play man. Not at all. Z, shut up. I got to call
when
the
other
action.
team scores a basket. When the other team scores a basket and they're on a run, you can count on Z going silent then. But that's about the only time.
I love it.
What do you think about this game? It looks like it's going to be a tough game for Arkansas on the road.
I think it should be a fun one. I mean, obviously I'm talking to an invested audience who wants to see the Razorbacks come out on top, but I just think if you're a casual basketball fan and you're flipping around tomorrow afternoon, these are two teams that love to get up and down the floor. And it fits with what the league is this year. It's the highest scoring league in college basketball. Last I checked, highest points per possession. Georgia, number one in the country in scoring. A handful of other teams in the top 10. And the guard play, I think, for both of them is just sensational. And, I had Georgia's game the other day where they lost to Ole Miss in overtime. And even when Ole Miss played good defense, and Chris Beard, as we know, is a great defensive coach, Georgia was still able to find buckets. They shot the lights out in the first half from deep. And it may have been a little bit outside of their norm, and they came back to earth in overtime, which probably cost them the game. But I just think the guard play in this thing is going to be next level, and a lot of guys who love to face the basket, even the big guys.
Tom, what's happened at Georgia? I mean, this is a team that scored in the 50s and 60s for years and years and years, and now they're scoring in the 90s, getting up and down the floor. Same coach. What's happened?
Yeah. Well, I think it's really interesting is he allowed the transfer portal to shape his team. And what they did was they thought, okay, we've got some pieces where we could be, a tempo team. And that's what Mike White did at Louisiana Tech, and he had some good success there. And year 3 at Florida, most of Billy Donovan's guys were gone. He had his own guys in there. They were very athletic, and they were leading the nation in scoring in non-conference play. And then they ran into Florida State put the clamps on them, and Loyola of Chicago put the clamps on them, and both held them in the 60s. And Mike was a younger coach then, and he panicked, and he said, well, maybe this isn't going to work after all, and they took the air out of the ball. And he told me the other day he regrets doing that. He said we should have stuck with what we built the team to be. So anyway, as they added these transfer portal pieces, every step took them closer to being a tempo team. And so they just embraced it, and they're not afraid to shoot. If you're a purist, you might look at some of these, not just the threes, but the guys that shoot them and when they do and go, what, is that really a great shot? But within the tempo of their offense, they're good with it. And I think it's hard sometimes for a coach, especially in the SEC, to allow your talent to really take you to a place that maybe you're not 100% comfortable with. Like, you got to go back in the office and knock some dust off the old binders and say, okay, what did we do 10 years ago? Just like every social media trend, what we're doing in 2016, let's see if that fits with this talent that we have right now.
Tom, we're 4 games into the SEC schedule. Cal's in his second year at Arkansas. I think most Razorback fans have just moved into the idea that, he's been here a while now. From your perspective, covering Cal at Kentucky, doing these games for years, you and Dane Bradshaw have the call Saturday. Is it still weird to you that Cal's here? Like, how are you viewing Arkansas now? Maybe that has changed.
Honestly, I kind of view it from the Kentucky perspective. What's weirder to me is what's happening at Kentucky. And by proxy, then, that shows you the value of John Calipari, right? That comeback they had against LSU kept them from from what seemed like a death knell, losing on the road to the worst team in the league. But it shows you that, Kentucky's not an easy place to coach at. It might be easy to find wins. It's not easy to coach there. It takes a unique personality just to maneuver through all of the stuff that you have to on a daily basis. So that's that's my perspective as an outsider. I mean, I first started covering Cal when he was at Memphis, and he had Derrick Rose, and I remember being there for specific practice. Derrick Rose ended up being, as we all know, a superstar, but midway through his freshman year, he couldn't score, and he was not living up to the potential. And Cal, in that one practice, showed me what I've seen time and time again since, is he's able to simplify the game for players to get them comfortable with who they are and what their strengths are. And specifically in that practice, he pulled Derrick Rose aside and he said, hey, listen, this was in front of the whole team. It wasn't like, in a back hallway or something. He goes, you need to score the ball. Where do you like to shoot it from? And, Rose was an 18-year-old freshman. What are you talking about? He goes, where do you like to shoot the ball from? And he goes, I like to dunk it. He goes, okay, great. We're going to get you more ball screens. He goes, and I like the free throw line, like the elbow. Okay, we're going to ball screen, stop, and pop. And I like an offset three at the top of the key. Perfect. That's what we're running for you from now on. And that's what Memphis ran for Derrick Rose, and he turned into, Rookie of the Year in the NBA the next year, the first pick. And it's just the ability to simplify, I think, is what makes him such a special coach. I agree. I mean, I know it's only year two, but he looks perfectly comfortable in Arkansas red. And when he walks out there at Bud Walton, like I don't scoff at it or think this is weird or we're in the upside down of Stranger Things episode. Like, no, that's the Arkansas coach. That's what he does.
What do you think about Acuff and Thomas? You watch it every night. You see lots of freshman tandems. I mean, talk to us about that combination and what you see when you watch them play.
Well, I don't think I got the full Acuff experience at Auburn. I mean, he put up the points, and Thomas ended up putting up the points as well, scoring late. And Cal joked, or maybe he wasn't joking, that he was just going to burn the tape and not watch it, and I don't blame him. And obviously Arkansas looked different without Carter Knox on the floor for the majority of that game. But Darius Acuff, to me, is at his best when he's setting up others. And I think the assist numbers the other night proved that. To have 13 assists and no turnovers, I don't care if you're playing against chairs. That's really impressive. And I had a coach break it down for me the other day, and we're talking about the age gap in college basketball. I think it was Beard. It was either Chris Beard or Mike White. And they said, well, yeah, it's harder for freshmen these days. He said, but Acuff, that kid's not a freshman, meaning he doesn't play like a freshman. He doesn't look like a freshman. He sees the game like an upperclassman, like an older player, probably like an NBA player. And that kind of respect from other coaches, I think, illustrates what he is. And to have another scorer like Thomas right next to him is really impressive. I mean, obviously, but I think especially in this game on tomorrow afternoon is what could be the difference in this game, because both of these backcourts can score. Mm-hmm. I don't know that there's another backcourt that can score like Arkansas's, because they seem to thrive when the ball is in their hands, especially when Acuff is distributing and scoring.
Tom, real quick before we get you out of here, Arkansas's chances to win the league in the regular season.
Well, I think they're good. I mean, we've got to be honest about what the SEC is this year. It is going to be a wild ride. There's going to be lots of up and downs. I don't think there's going to be anybody going on like even a 4-game win streak, because you never know who can jump up and bite you. Witness LSU playing really well the other night for the majority of that game. To me, the bigger question is how does Arkansas or anybody else in the top third of this league put themselves in best position to make it to a Final Four or win a national championship? The talent in this league is not what it was last year. You could pick a handful of teams that could have won it all, and we had 2 in the Final Four, obviously, in Auburn and Florida. How do you – it's not just surviving the league this year, because I think, guys, the league is going to be really random. And whoever wins it is going to have earned it, but I think we're going to see some random results. I think we're going to see some wild games. I don't think we're going to see anybody run away with it. And so Arkansas is right there with everybody who's got the talent, and that would be, Bama, Vandy, Auburn, Alabama, Missouri has played really well to this point in the season. A&M with their new system, and obviously, Texas. Like what got into Texas? It's been unbelievable. So I think Arkansas is really well suited, and they, the numbers people think the same way. I mean, they think they'll probably lose at Florida. They won't be favored to win at Alabama. But they're favored in just about every other SEC game, according to the computers, except for tomorrow afternoon at Georgia and then at home against Vandy. So those are the two, I think, really important pivotal games for Arkansas because they match up really well physically with both.
It's Tom Hart. He'll call the game with Dane Bradshaw on ESPN2 tomorrow at 3 Central Time, 4 Eastern. Chuck will have the call on the radio. Tom, safe travels all the way over to Athens.
Thank you, Tom.
And we'll catch up soon, my man. Appreciate you.
If I lose my voice, we'll just put the human lava lamp on for the second half.
There you go. That's right. That's
awesome.
right. Thanks.
He's Tom Hart, and Matt Zimmerman is the human lava lamp. Catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand wherever you get podcasts and on YouTube. That interview will be up on YouTube later today. Driven by the Fayetteville Auto Parts. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yingling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
I want to see you and Bart in the old three-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened, and perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
When it comes to any kind of construction, you need to know and be able to depend on who you're dealing with. When it comes to your roof or a remodel, Teamwork Roofing and Construction builds everything using only the best materials, including Malarkey shingles that perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Your roof is more than just shingles. It protects your home, your business, and everything inside. Residential or commercial, simple or complex, Teamwork Roofing and Construction has the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget, treating every job like it's their own. They do what they say, show up when they say they will, and when the job's done, it's like they were never there, except for a brand
brand new roof or a remodel. And they now do cabinetry. Get the customer care and reliability you can count on. Visit teamworkbuilt.com. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search the Chuck and Bo Show.
We've been thinking that you travel a lot, and we were wondering if it'd be okay if you just shared your location with us.
Probably not. But
just in case anything happens.
Yeah,
to you. Just with the family here.
Yeah, well, I mean,
would you mind sharing your location with us?
I would mind. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room is where we find Bart. Great deals to be had right now at Chevy of Fayetteville to get the new year underway. Lots of new Silverados and Tahoes, Traverses, Suburbans. All the great things that you can find are inside the Fayetteville Auto Park at Chevy of Fayetteville. Bart, what do you have over there?
It's all you, Bart.
Well, did you guys see where Kyle Tucker signed with the Dodgers?
I did.
Like, just another one of these top players in baseball signing with
Dodger Dynasty,
with the unlimited resources Los Angeles Dodgers. Look, Major League Baseball has a serious problem on their hands.
Yeah? Who doesn't?
Well,
everybody's got problems.
Because the Dodgers just have so much more money than everybody else, and they can just spend it, and spend it, and spend it. They're spending to win.
Money.
Which is the way. I don't blame them. That's the way Major League Baseball's set up, right? A little bit like college football now. Spend to win. Spend to get in the playoff. The teams that spend the most are the teams that are, having more success than everybody. But the Dodgers have such an advantage when it comes to cash that they can spend, that it's really it's taking a lot of the fun out of baseball.
Has that ruined it for you?
Except for the Dodgers.
In a lot of ways, it has. Yeah. I just don't care. I just don't care about Major League Baseball. Here's what I hope happens. I hope the Los Angeles Dodgers win the next 50 World Series titles.
Yeah.
I hope because maybe by that point, Major League Baseball will realize that they have a problem and fix a 21st century problem before the start of the 22nd century.
I just want the Cardinals to start.
So you're saying Major League Baseball is a lot like the NCAA?
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
The difference is they actually have someone in charge.
Yeah, well, he's also bad at his job.
But at least he's in charge.
Yeah.
The NCAA doesn't have anybody.
Yeah.
That
but
has
baseball
any
has this in common with college football. People turn their heads away and say it's all about the money and I'm disgusted, but they're making money hand over fist. I don't know how Major League Baseball does it, but they make money hand over fist. And they're not going to do anything as long as they are.
That's America's team, the Dodgers.
No. No.
Well, they are. Whatever happened to Moneyball, Bart? Whatever the good old Moneyball.
I think a lot of teams are having to try to do it because they can't outspin the Dodgers.
They figured out that Moneyball made for a good movie, but they never even won a playoff series.
That's right.
It's almost 8 o'clock. It's Friday morning. It's going to be in the 40s. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30, 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment, backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I heard someone say the other day that, you know, the model in professional sports is like basically for every dollar you bring in, when you break it all down, you get through all the expenses, every dollar you bring in, the players are going to get between 45 and 50% of that dollar, all right? In college, it's more like about 25 to 30%. The difference is the size of the staffs, and I'm not talking about the coaching staffs. I'm talking about go to a professional operation. I'm not talking about like the Dallas Cowboys. I'm talking about your average professional sports operation. Front office wise, you know, the people you don't see, it's pretty lean and mean. I mean, it really is. There are 2 people, you know, there's one person doing 2 people's jobs in some of these organizations. Not all of them, but some of them. In college sports, just the people working in the building, the numbers just dwarf the people that work for professional sports organizations. And all those people have to be paid. And so there is much more of a financial burden on a college athletic department. But when you hear stories like that, like you were talking about, the average Arkansan will never set foot on a private plane. The average Arkansan, when they,
average American,
when they go to Smashburger, it's not $600 and it's not being DoorDash. I think sometimes people don't understand when they do these things how it plays. They don't understand how it looks. Maybe, life is, you don't think about that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But every time a story like that comes out, people do notice. I mean, they may not say anything, but they do notice.
It did remind me, the $600 DoorDash of Smash Burger did remind me of several teenage girls in a Starbucks order. I mean,
It's just nuts.
I'm just telling you. Careful, dads.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I put the old Keurig on, hit 10 ounces strong because I gotta have the strong.
That's
button.
true.
And because if you're drinking coffee, man, you need to
Go all the
drink
way.
coffee.
Go all the way.
Like, when you could see through the coffee, like if you were to put coffee in one of those glass
That's
mugs
just brown
and you
water.
could see through it, that's disgusting.
That's horrible.
I mean, if you could see through a clear coffee mug, through your coffee, you might be a bad person.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Man, I love me a Friday.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love Friday mornings. We hit this last hour. It's almost the weekend.
Go home, get your stuff ready.
Yeah.
You got your packing cubes all ready to go?
I have not done a minute of packing. And yourself?
I'm close.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got stuff laid out, and, it's a light, quick trip. And
I'll throw some things in the duffel bag about 1:30, something like that.
I'll be thinking about you as we go different directions.
Yeah.
Well, I hop on American Airlines, and you hop on Jet Arkansas.
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't know the brand. They, they're all merging. I saw where Allegiant bought out Sun Country. We've flown a little Sun Country
On these
during
team
the,
flights,
during the years.
can I ask a couple questions about these
Sure.
team flights? I think people would be genuinely interested to know.
All right.
And in all seriousness, I'm not
Okay.
trying to be
All
funny. So do you have like normal flight attendants, and is it sort of like you're flying commercial?
No, it's different. I mean, some of these, just to be very honest with you, some of these companies like Sun Country and Allegiant, their deals with the schools don't include all the things like, can I have a Diet Coke?
Really?
It doesn't include stuff like that. It's very no frills. And in the cost-cutting era, in college sports, you find fewer frills on a lot of team planes. Now, basketball planes are different because these companies, they literally go in and gut the interior of the plane, the seating area, and they reconfigure it for basketball players, guys that are 6'5", 6'8", 6'10". So guys
Would I
like
be able to touch the floor?
you would be able to touch the floor, but you would not be able to touch the seat in front of you if you stretch your legs out. And they're reconfigured for basketball players. And then Delta and American used to be in this business. They got out of it. But Delta would, literally, the day the basketball season ended, all these planes would go back in and they'd reconfigure them and they'd have them out on commercial flights by the weekend. I mean, these airline companies know what they're doing. But most of them now are smaller and there are a lot less frills than you might think.
So, do you have to bring your own Diet Coke sometimes or whatever?
I
You
do.
You just take your stuff?
Yeah.
And they're not that long of flights, right?
Short.
This isn't the
Easy.
Big Ten trying to play on the
No,
West Coast.
we're not going to L.A. This is not. We got a conference game in Maryland. We're in Los Angeles. It's not like that.
And
this will be a long trip. This trip, 2 hours probably.
Yeah, but you don't have to stand in security lines or anything like that, right? You got your own. Sort of
I
setup.
didn't know this. It depends on the amount of fuel in the plane, is what I've been told. That determines the level sometimes of your security. And I've been on flights where you just got off the bus, walked on the plane. And I've been on flights where, they're patting you down. So I've yet to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, just,
I'll be okay.
Just don't try to do anything illegal.
No, I'll
You
be
never
all
know
right.
when it might
Yeah,
pop up.
Yeah. The most inopportune times.
Yeah, exactly. Totally wasn't expecting that. Yes, Bart.
I have a request for Chuck this weekend.
What?
When your broadcast starts on Saturday, live from Athens, can you please introduce Z as the human lava lamp?
That would be good.
Can you work that in?
Start calling him lava.
That's a good one to work in, like a human lava lamp.
That was a good line.
That is a great line.
Yeah.
If you could work that in on with the broadcast somehow, that'd be fantastic.
Tom
We'd
comes
all
up
be
with some
grateful.
good hits. I mean, he and Dane Bradshaw, honest to God, and I like all the people out there. I really do. They're all pretty good guys, but Tom and Dane may be my favorites just because, Tom's a fun guy.
They're great.
He turns phrases like human lava lamp.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else.
The Piggly Wiggly Bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
The Tilly Dilly.
Yeah, Tilly Willy Bridge. He goes, I got there, and you know what?
Tilly
It
Willy.
was
Did you call
just
it the
a bridge.
Piggly Wiggly Bridge?
Yeah, the Piggly Wiggly Bridge.
Tilly Willy.
Shout out the pig.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't been to one of those in a
There's
minute.
got to be one somewhere.
Oh, yeah. The pig is still out there.
It's generally in the deep south.
Yeah.
He said something that I think was lost in all the greatness of Tom Hart was a great point he made. Was about the randomness of the league this year, and he didn't say it was wide open, but he left you kind of feeling like there's going to be a lot of up and down moments for these upper tier teams in the league.
Well, I think random results was how he put it. And when he said that, I thought, man, you're exactly right. NBA-like. In the NBA, you'll see random games on a Tuesday night where the last place team not only beats the first place team, but beats them up. I think we'll see that some in the league this year. You'll see good teams like Arkansas go on the road and just get drilled the way they did at Auburn. You'll see teams like South Carolina, the way they came to Fayetteville in the second half, my gosh. I mean, I've never seen a team that wanted to get to the bus so quickly. But I also think you'll see bottom-tier teams beat top-tier teams. Not on the regular, necessarily, but I do think we'll see that some in this league.
We have 6 Piggly Wigglies in Arkansas, by the way.
Really?
Quick check there. Yeah.
You like Piggly Wiggly?
Well, I
didn't even say it correctly.
Yeah. It was founded in Memphis.
Piggly Wiggly.
I've been familiar with the pig for most of my life. Yeah.
There was a Piggly Wiggly in my hometown.
Wiggly.
Yeah.
The pig. That's what they call it.
Star City, Camden, Magnolia, Hope.
South Arkansas. They may be owned by the same guy.
It's the heart of the natural state.
Yeah.
Hey, Bart, your thoughts on this game tomorrow? Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. What's it going to come down to?
I think rebounding is something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Georgia's a really interesting team in that they crash the offensive boards really well. Like, they're a great offensive rebounding team, and they're a horrible defensive rebounding team. So like that, that's kind of the opposite of, you don't want to allow offensive rebounds. Obviously you want to get them yourself, but if you could have that reverse, you don't, it's kind of the opposite of what you want. But I think Arkansas' size, I was watching Georgia play last weekend, or last week rather, that Florida game they played. And one of their big men got ejected from the game for a flagrant 2 foul. And that changed the whole complexity of the game. And Georgia just got exposed right on the interior.
Florida is exceptional with their bigs.
Right, for sure.
And they got their best guard game of the year in that one.
Right. Nick Pringle, Malik Ewan, Trevin Brazil. What kind of game can those guys have on the glass is what I'm going to be watching for. Georgia's explosive, though. Fun thing about them is that Jake Wilkins plays for them. Dominique's kid plays for Georgia and can dunk like his dad. So, if he gets on a fast break, watch out.
Who do you think would win a dunk contest with him in Brazil?
It'd be a good one.
That would be a great one to watch.
I need to send you all some Jake Wilkins dunks.
Hey, here's one thing to think about that I don't think it's talked about a lot, or I don't think it's talked about enough when you talk about rebounding. When you're in a game like Arkansas and Georgia are going to play tomorrow, the art of the long rebound is really going to come into play.
A lot of threes.
A lot of threes, a lot of long rebounds, a lot of shots off the back iron. The game's changed in that respect. We tend to think of offensive rebounds and the battle of the boards as the big guys. Good teams have guards that rebound. Good teams have guards that'll finish a game with 5 or 6 rebounds. And the ability to get a long rebound, the ability to get out on the break, That's a big part of basketball right now. And in a game like tomorrow's, I think it'll be even bigger.
I was down there at the practice facility yesterday. Pringle had that kind of coming out party a little bit, scoring. Everybody had a great party against South Carolina. But I asked one of the coaches if they thought maybe that'd get him going a little bit. Not that, I mean, he's been maybe not like scoring as much as people maybe thought he would. And they seem to think that was a positive thing. He walked by me. That is a massive human.
Oh, yeah.
Like to stand next to him. That dude is built like a great athlete, a very tall, great athlete. And I think the expectations for him, they haven't hit yet. What kind of game can Pringle have on the road coming off this game he had against South Carolina midweek is something I'm interested in. I think his, I'm not saying as he goes, the team goes. We know this is Acuff's team. But I think his ability to play that role of banger inside, rebounding, bringing you some points. We've seen it from TB. We've seen it from Ewan at times. And I know Pringle, like offense isn't necessarily the strength, but what kind of game can he bring? Staying out of foul trouble, all those things could end up being a big difference for Arkansas in the rest of the way here.
He changes the game. When he's on, he changes the game and takes this Razorback team from kind of being a really good team to a great team. That's the impact that he can have. Because when you have him and his ability to knock down shots from the outside, when you have him rebounding, blocking shots, you pair that with what Acuff can do, getting to the rack and also shooting, what Malik Thomas can do with his outside shooting, what Carter Knox can do. Man, you can't stop him. You can't stop him.
Pringle was good off the high ball screen on the pick and roll the other night. When he has good games, that's generally where it starts. And theoretically, that frees if you're good at that, frees your guards up to do a lot of stuff too. I think what Tom was talking about a little bit earlier with the guard matchup, I sort of think that's where it may be won or lost.
Valentine's Day is not that far away. I know you probably hadn't thought about it yet, but it's coming.
It is.
And you might want to get ahead a little bit.
3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Blakeman's is a great opportunity for you. You're never going to disappoint when you come back with Blakeman's. The purple bag is a nice signature touch. Whatever it is that you're thinking about getting, they can help you through that. Oh, it's for Valentine's Day. All right, well, what about this for an option? What about this? They'll show you around, and then tell me about her. Okay, well, let's check this section out then. That's the kind of treatment you're going to get. The customer service is incredible. It's more than just jewelry. It's about the story. It's about the moment, and that's what Blakeman's has been and will continue to be great at. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Bart, what are you getting? What are you thinking for Valentine's Day? Do you treat yourself on Valentine's Day?
No, not usually.
But you have.
No. I know.
Well, you said it like, every once in a while.
No.
Should we check back?
No.
Okay. Well,
no need to do that.
All right, 8:14. It's Friday. Good morning. I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes, and now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is proudly driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. We've been talking about them for a number of years. The truth is, they've been Northwest Arkansas's premier vehicle dealership for really as long as I can remember. There are lots of reasons for that. Starts with great brands: Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. And then they've got the largest pre-owned selection that you're going to find anywhere. Trusted names. And they're all right here at the Fayetteville Auto Park. But what really separates them is what happens after the sale. You want to know your vehicle can be serviced by people you trust, right where you bought it. And that's exactly what you get at Fayetteville Auto Park. An award-winning service department and an award-winning collision center, all under one roof. It really is your one-stop automobile headquarters. They've been in business for 25 years. That's a long time. Built on trust, relationships, top-tier service. That's how you stay around as long as they have. The Fayetteville Auto Park. Drive with confidence.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yingling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
You're going to be there, right?
Maybe.
Well, I'm saving you a seat.
I'm giving it the big maybe.
The hard maybe.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I am, today's a big day. I just learned something I literally have wondered.
It's 2 days in a row.
My entire life.
We've had some pretty big learnings here.
We get to the bottom of the questions that, people want answers to here on this show. And all my life I've wondered, why is it Hardee's one place and Carl's Jr. in another? What's the dividing line? I know some people have...
You're not alone.
I know some people ponder more weighty questions than that. But that's the sort of question I ponder. Why is it Hardee's in one spot and Carl's Jr. in another? Well, I, of course, said it out loud during the break, and our boy here, Bart, gets to the bottom of it. What's the story, Bart?
You're so excited.
I am.
That's awesome.
So Carl's Jr. is the elder company. It was founded on the back end of a Carl's
on the back of a pickup.
A Carl's drive-in restaurant. That's why this is Carl's Jr.
Ah, well, that explains everything.
Yeah.
And
it's like the son of the drive-through restaurant.
Yeah, and so Carl's Jr. started. That was on the West Coast in California. And then Hardee's opened on the East Coast. In 1997, Carl's acquired Hardee's for a paltry $327 million. And there is a dividing line.
Well, why is there a Carl's Jr. in Tulsa?
Because Oklahoma is Carl's country.
That's what everybody wants to know.
Oklahoma's Carl's country. The dividing line is more of a diagonal across the United States. Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, Kansas, down to Arkansas, Louisiana. That's Hardee's country, and east is Hardee's country.
Okay.
West of that is Carl's Jr. territory.
I'm not the only one who's wondered. I know that.
So that's.
I know I'm not.
I mean, maybe not to this extent, but yeah, you're not the only one that has wondered.
If you're craving Hardee's and you find yourself in Utah, well, you're going to be out of luck. Have some Carl's Jr. instead.
Well, it's the same thing.
What's the biggest difference? Is there any real difference between what they're serving up?
Carl's Jr. has a more extensive breakfast menu, I believe.
Well, you have the Carl's Jr. burger at Carl's Jr., you know.
Yeah, well, at Hardee's, apparently, if you eat one, you win something.
You have the Hardee's burger.
I
haven't been to Hardee's in a while, but I've always wondered. I mean, seriously, I always have.
So
there you go.
Yeah, that's
now I know.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another one in there in that mix somewhere, or are those the two?
Those are the two. Those are the two.
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
We could name a city, and Bart could tell us if it's Hardee's or Carl Jr.
I mean, listen, if you're looking for a connoisseur of fast food, ask Bart. He'll tell you.
Well, I don't know that I would consider myself a connoisseur.
I mean, I
just always wondered why it was that way.
I
I knew Bart would know. It just popped into my head, and I thought, Bart, I've always wondered this.
Big moment.
And
now you
seminal moment.
I don't wonder anymore.
Seminal moment.
Seminal moment.
Seminal.
If you have a burning question like that, or
that's right.
Maybe it's a little deeper. I don't know. 877-377-6963. Can always call or text the show.
Ryan said this is the content he's looking for.
Well, I think everyone is. I understand that.
You get to the bottom of it. What do you want to get to the bottom of today? Chuck,
somebody's asked about rallies versus checkers. I'll dive into that as well. That's a good one.
Yeah. What's in Texas?
Is it?
When you're like in Dallas, Texas,
Carl's Jr.
It's Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back to Hardee's, Carl's Jr.
Yeah, well,
it's Carl's Jr. in Dallas, is it?
I feel like
it's in Texas.
Okay.
I feel like I've had a similar question about another chain, but maybe that's the chain I'm thinking of. Like it looks like something else, but it's Carl's Jr.
Rallies and checkers.
Yeah, well, I know that. I mean, I
thing?
grew up in Florida, and there was checkers in Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm aware of that. But Riley's is the same kind of setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys heard about this? What's it called? Like it's a Sonic without food. It's just drinks.
No.
It's like a 7 brew. It's like Sip or something.
Swig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm familiar with their work.
My wife is like a big Swig fan.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Huge
So
Swig
what is the allure with Swig?
It's just like different types of soft drinks and like
teas, sodas.
Now, is this like a Sonic product?
No,
they just call it
Swig.
Swig.
It has no association. With
They have
Sonic.
no food.
Huh.
They have no food.
Well, I think they have some snacks.
Yeah, they have snack.
Yeah.
They have
like
snack items.
I mean, I've never been. I've been
cookies,
told. This is what I was
things
told.
of that nature.
Yeah.
Do they have one of those here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it
There's
built
one,
like
like,
a
5 minutes
Sonic,
from
or
my
is
house.
it built like a drive-through?
Drive-through.
So
it's
one
built like a 7
You
brew?
can go in though. You can go in.
Yeah, you
the
can go
world's
in.
changing.
You can go in.
Where are they again?
There's one on Elm Springs Road right by my house over by that big Walmart Supercenter.
By our friends at Macadoodles.
Yeah, by Macadoodles.
Okay.
Right across the street from Macadoodles.
Have you been to Wiener Schnitzel?
No. That place. I mean, I see
I would
it
like
every
to hear
day.
from somebody who's been to the Wiener Schnitzel and
I
the
don't-
Tasty Freeze.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I just wonder if we should just try some things someday. Like hit the Wiener Schnitzel followed by.
Well, we made the Mavericks.
Well, they have to have breakfast though.
You
That's
don't
the
think they have
problem.
breakfast hot dogs?
No, I'm talking about us venturing out. We all have the
Like
rest
at
of
other
the
you're
times
saying
of the
not
day.
for the show.
At other times of the day.
I was just saying for all of us, the four of us, like let's just.
Bo wants to spend more time together, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think like a company offsite at Wiener Schnitzel followed by a drink at Swig could
I'm not
be.
going to Wiener Schnitzel.
Could be That's the statement of the day.
I'm not going there.
I'm not going to Wiener Schnitzel.
I think they have like burgers at that place. Would you eat a burger from a place called Wiener Schnitzel?
I got to figure.
Honestly,
yeah, I would.
I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. But from the moment they started building that place, and then we started getting all the direct mail, I've just kind of wondered.
Well, my problem.
They do have breakfast.
Wow. Well, I just went to the website, and it's bigger, better, all-American burgers is the first thing you see, and then the next thing is a Twinkies shake. Twinkies shake.
What about all the hot dogs?
But the name of it is Wiener Schnitzel Premium Hot Dogs.
Well, can you buy a premium hot dog?
John
there?
Cougar Mellencamp sang about this in Jack and Diane.
Loaded fries, chili cheese fries.
See?
Frozen corn dogs.
Frozen corn
dogs. Like you can buy to-go boxes as their corn dogs.
Fresh corn dogs.
Well, those are to go.
If you sign up for the Wiener Lovers Club, you get a free chili dog.
Oh, I'm a Wiener Lovers Club. That's good.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm not making it up.
That's why you're not going?
Free chili cheese.
Is that why you're not going?
Edward has loyalty points.
Come on.
Wiener's Lovers Club. Wiener. That's what they call it?
No.
Yes, it's on the. It's
this is
on,
AI
I'm looking
generated.
At it right here.
Is this fake news?
On the front page, Wiener Lovers Club. Sign up now and get a free chili dog.
Wow.
There you go.
I'm not seeing
What an invitation. You want me to send you my promo code? Will you use my promo code?
Go to wienerschnitzel.com/join, and there's a very suggestive picture of a hot dog pouring chili on itself, and it says "Join the Wiener Lovers Club."
Okay.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
Oh my God!
I'm not going.
Turn around their computer. Buddy.
I'm not going within 100 feet of this place.
Whoa. Huh.
It's 8:27. It's Friday. You just never know what's going to happen here. I'm telling you.
Holy.
Chuck has a little bit of a bad habit of getting on Facebook and buying things.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Bo, and it seems like every day somebody else is asking me about the Sweating 'em Edge. It's real. It's a new me. It can be a new you. It's completely changed my energy level and my exercise gains. My mind's clearer. I sleep better. Life's just more enjoyable. If you get drained in the afternoon, or maybe you just can't shake that weight, do what I did. Take the Sweating 'em Edge. It's a free consultation. You get your results, and they'll give you a game plan. Just search the Sweating 'em Edge or log on to sweating'emcosmetic.com. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ryan Silverfield has my attention.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
Has my attention.
Okay.
Is this like the seal of approval?
Look at that.
Well,
Are we moving closer to the Bart seal of approval?
The man hasn't coached a game yet here.
Yeah.
But
he has your attention.
He has my attention for what he's doing in the transfer portal. You know, when
y'all better put him in the Heisman.
Sure.
Pay attention.
Look, when you see these initial transfer portal rankings, you expect them to change pretty rapidly over the course of the portal period as some of the big dogs in the sport, get after it and start signing players and everything. But when you look at what Arkansas has done in the portal, they've been hanging around the top 10 this entire time in terms of portal class rankings. 10th right now in the country, according to 24/7 Sports. 11th via On3. They're doing a great job in the portal, but what, at least it appears that way, right? We have no idea how these guys are going to play at Arkansas, right? But it appears that things are going well. Here's what caught my attention yesterday. Maryland transfer corner Lakai Rowland signed with Arkansas. Starter at Maryland, had a good year as the starter at Maryland. They're, you could say their best player in the defensive backfield. That alone is, eye-grabbing. And a starter from a Power 4 conference school. He visited Ohio State, right? And Ohio State fans were really pissed off that they didn't get this guy. And that he came to Arkansas.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
Get up. You got to get up. You got to go. You're going to feel worse if you don't. Feel better now.
I don't know about
Hate
that.
it later.
You might feel better staying in bed.
You will. You will.
That's an embellishment. You might feel better staying in bed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, let's talk about the action this weekend at Oaklawn Sports. Let's go inside the sports book. Zach Killam's the Oaklawn Vice President of Racing and Wagering. We're going to be at Oaklawn doing the show on the 30th to get the classic racing season underway. Zach, good morning. Glad you're here.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
Doing great, Zach.
We got NFL playoff matchups this weekend. Let's start there. What's interesting to you on the board?
Yeah, I mean, we have some great matchups after a wonderful weekend of the wild card games. Diving into the divisional, Saturday, 3:30 is your first game, the Bills and the Broncos. Currently, the Broncos a 1-point favorite. This one opened up as a pick'em, so it has slid a little bit in the Broncos' favor. Right now, action coming in fairly mixed on this game.
What's the most interesting game on the board with the NFL playoffs to you this weekend?
Oh, the most interesting. I would say the Rams on the road to Chicago Sunday night is probably the one that's standing out to me. But really, they each have their own little twist. I mean, you got the 49ers Seahawks Saturday night divisional rivalry. Third time they'll face each other this season. Seahawks a touchdown favorite, so pretty significant at this stage in the playoffs. Total on that one at 45, so that's something else that has stood out. I think their last score was 3-13 or something. So, it's going to be interesting to see if they can put up some points in this one or if it's going to be another low-scoring affair.
That Bears-Rams game is going to be frigid.
Well, it's going to be like 5 degrees from what I see.
That's kind of what has me interested in what's going on in L.A., traveling over to Chicago, very cold weather, 4-point favorite. Total in that one at 48.5, so pretty large total for that cold outside.
How about Patriots hosting the Texans?
Yeah, and that one's, Patriots, I feel like one of those kind of surprise teams this year. Not sure anyone saw this type of season coming out of New England. And they are a field goal favorite at home this weekend against the Texans. Texans at times this season have looked very strong, and other times did not look like a playoff team. But they've got it working together at the right time, so we'll see how this one works out. Total at 40.5.
How about how about Arkansas, Georgia? I'm not sure if you have a line up yet. I haven't looked, and usually that would come out later today or tomorrow morning. But do you have anything on this matchup yet?
Nothing on that matchup yet. Keep your eye on the board. As you said, it will typically hit the board probably by about midday. You'll start to see some of those Saturday, especially for the SEC games and this Arkansas game. But SEC conference winner still on the board. Obviously, with that loss, changed up the odds a bit. They're now back to 7-1. They had dropped down to about 3 or 4-1 at one point. And then to win the championship, still sitting at 15-1.
Wow. I think it's going to move around a little bit too, based on the randomness of the league. All right, Zach. National championship game on Monday night. Indiana a favorite over Miami. What are you seeing here?
So this line has it's dropped just a bit over the last day or so. Indiana got up to almost double-digit favorite, but they're back to 8.5 points, total at 47.5. And I can say the early action came in on Indiana here, but right now it's still kind of slow with it being a Monday night game, and you have the NFL playoff games in between. You'll start to see those bets come in more and more as we get closer to Monday.
Zach, I saw on ESPN last night, it said that 80 cents of every dollar wagered on this game Monday night's going towards Indiana. Has it been that way with you guys?
It has. Yeah, early on it has been, for the first day or two, it was actually closer to 90%
really?
Plus, I think.
Wow.
But yes, it's come back down just a bit, and I think you can see that in the line. Probably nationwide, they're starting to take a little more Miami action, but no shocker. Indiana, whether people believed it a month ago or they're finally believing it now, they've shown that they deserve to be a pretty significant favorite in this game, in my opinion, just based on the performances of both teams this year.
You can download the Oaklawn Sports app. New customers get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Zach, I know we're going to be there on the 30th doing the show. That's going to be a big weekend to launch the classic racing season, right?
Yes, I cannot wait. Weather hopefully cooperates with us, but, if we get stuff like we had in the holiday season, I think everybody's going to be in for a great time. That first 13 days of racing went very well, but we come back on the 30th. We have Casey and the Sunshine Band that night. So Friday night, Casey and the Sunshine
Shake your
Band.
booty.
Exactly. Gonna have a lot of fun dancing the night away, and then we get to kick it off Saturday morning, coming in for Southwest Stakes Day. And if you guys haven't heard, we're going to be doing something we've been looking forward to. We have a betting competition or a betting contest, Oaklawn Event Center, and it's going to be based on the racing at Oaklawn that day. Prizes will include a entry into the National Horse Players Championship in Las Vegas for Saturday, and then Sunday is an even bigger contest. It's on the Sunday racing, and again, you will have prizes that include getting out to Vegas. You'll have the Breeders' Cup Betting Championship, Kentucky Derby Betting Championship. So a lot of great prizes involved in this event. People already registered from all over the country coming in to participate. So very excited about this. All the information on oaklawn.com. You can register there. You can see the information on the wagering format. So very excited. I think this is going to be a lot of fun this weekend.
It's going to be a great time. Bet with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Download the app today, and new customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. But as Zach said, oaklawn.com for all the events. It's going to be a big weekend. We're never going to get Chuck out of there. He's going to the Casey and the Sunshine Band concert. I know it. I feel it now. He'll have an interview arranged for us that Friday morning with the band.
Oh, I love it.
It'll be awesome.
It'll be amazing. Look forward to seeing you, Zach. Thanks for making time for us today. Talk soon.
Thank you, Zach.
You guys have a great weekend.
Good stuff. Otis Kirk tells me that this is going to be a huge weekend for the Razorback football team. What is he talking about? We'll find out next.
Well, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yingling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, GUTTERS.com. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened, and perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens. Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well, in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
When it comes to any kind of construction, you need to know and be able to depend on who you're dealing with. When it comes to your roof or a remodel, Teamwork Roofing and Construction builds everything using only the best materials, including Malarkey shingles that perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Your roof is more than just shingles. It protects your home, your business, and everything inside, residential or commercial, simple or complex. Teamwork Roofing and Construction has the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget, treating every job like it's their own. They do what they say, show up when they say they will, and when the job's done, it's like they were never there, except for a brand new roof or a remodel. And they now do cabinetry. Get the customer care and reliability you can count on. Visit teamworkbuilt.com. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who's going to be the first to
Good
get a
summer.
Chuck and Bo tattoo? I mean, I think Chuck might do it.
No. You can have mine. You just get 2 of them.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Otis Kirk, who is the godfather of recruiting coverage in Arkansas, is joining us now. Says this is
Godfather.
going to be a huge weekend for Arkansas football. Otis, good morning. How are you?
Hey guys, doing great. How are y'all guys? How are you guys doing?
Otis, I got up this morning, I turn on the phone, I see a post from you on Facebook that 10 to 12 players are going to be signed in the next 24 to 36 hours. It sounds like a mad dash to the finish.
Yeah, that's if everything goes right. Now, it's going to have to go well for them to do that, but that's what their goal is. They're wanting to try to get as many players obviously signed by this weekend, by Sunday night or so, by Saturday or Sunday, so they can get them in midterm. I know today's the last day to enroll, but there's ways of getting around that, especially if you sign them this weekend. But that's what they need to happen this weekend if it goes well, is get about 10 or 12 kids. And they may not, but if it goes well, they can do that. They've got the visitors to do that. They just got to. Now you got to close the deal. You get them on campus, you got to close the deal. You know how that goes.
Well, how do you think it's gone so far? What are they missing, to complete this thing where you feel good about it?
I think they've done well. I tell you what's missing is safeties. I think they still need another, and Xavier Sims from Oregon can take care of that on the inside, in defensive tackle. I think they need another big man or two inside. But safeties is what's really kind of the weakest part of the deal. They've done a really good job of covering most positions, and they did get Christian Harrison from Harrison kid from Cincinnati, who used to play at Tennessee. He's a good safety. But I don't feel good about the numbers there. But that's why they've got a bunch of safeties on campus yesterday, today, and tomorrow and Sunday. So, and they're trying to get starting safety at Colorado. If you get him, you feel better about it. John House is fourth. Used to play at Vanderbilt. He's at Middle Tennessee now. Good safety. LaMarcus Hicks at Iowa State. His dad played in the NFL for several years. He's a kid with 3 years of eligibility, or still got all his eligibility left after redshirting this year. So they've got the guys on campus to do that, but it's now. I mean, you got to close them because everybody else is trying to get pretty much the same players. If you know how that goes. I mean, they're trying to get other players, and they've got a cornerback today. Peyton Taylor is supposed to show up from Emporia State, and people might say Emporia State. He visited Oklahoma yesterday. Every school, like all these small schools, have a kid or two that got overlooked for whatever reasons in recruiting, and they ended up with them. And now, they're getting them kind of tucked. This is kind of like Terrence Roberson at LSU. I mean, at OBU. I mean, Arkansas got him. How long would Scottie Pippen have stayed at UCA with the rules now, guys?
Yeah, Trinidad Chambliss, another easy example.
Exactly. And every school has somebody like that. And that's why I'm saying, Peyton Taylor's from Emporia State. I've had people scoff at Emporia State, but like I said, he was at OU yesterday. Tennessee wants the kid. I mean, he's got options, but there's good players. And I think you're going to see going, it's kind of getting off the subject a little bit, but going forward, you probably won't see as many players drafted in the NFL from like an Emporia State or somewhere like that, because now they're all transferring to bigger schools, whereas used to, kids like that got drafted and you who is he? And he turned out to be a really good player. That's why, but that's kind of changing. But that's why there's good players at every school. You can't turn your nose down at just because a kid didn't sign out of high school with a big time school, because they get overlooked. And there's a million reasons why.
It sounds like with the players that you're talking about guys who've played. Signetti talked about at Indiana, the importance of having guys who've played, not just sat and they're disgruntled. What's your take on that with the guys he's signing? Are these guys who've played and can be players?
Yeah, I think there's a good combination. I think they've gotten some guys like the leading tackler at North Carolina. Kamori House, they signed him, and he was Belichick's leading tackler over there, so obviously he's played a lot, and he can step right in. Bradley Shaw, White, Simmons, and some of those guys. And then, they signed Hunter Osborne from Virginia, who had signed with Nick Saban out of high school. They've done a good job of that, but I think they've also found some guys like Ty Underwood, a tight end from Boston College, who also signed with Alabama out of high school. He was number 2 player in Tennessee, Chuck and Bo, but it's just never happened for him. And I think I think he has way too much talent to not be. So, and I think when he gets to Arkansas, it will show. I really believe that with Ty Underwood, and you're always worried about a kid who's been there 2 or 3 years and hasn't produced, but there's extenuating circumstances. I remember Drew Sanders came to Arkansas from Alabama, and look how that turned out. And so I do like the combination that they've done of getting players who have played, but you got the 2 starting cornerbacks at Maryland. Including, big-time player that we talked about the last time I was on here, and they did get him and beat Ohio State and others to get him. But I think the biggest thing is they've also done a good job of maybe getting some guys that were really highly sought after out of college or out of high school were really sought after, but then they got to college, and some of them are still young. They've only been there a year or two, so it hasn't happened yet. But the light can go off, and I think it will on a lot of these kids. Jelani Watkins at LSU was a top 100 player, sprinter, going to help the track team at Arkansas. He had 2 catches, but he's a kid that his upside through the ceiling if he materializes.
Yeah, Otis,
I love Terrence.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just wondering, I think a lot of fans are still asking. I'm sure you get asked about it every day. Hey, what do you think of this new coach? Because they're not around it every day. And I think people are wondering, what have you seen from Silverfield? I mean, he walked in and had to start recruiting right away with the high school kids. Now we're in the portal. What have you seen from him, the new GM? What we got about a minute left here. What's different, if anything, about this staff in this process?
Yeah, I think they're more aggressive. I think they're more aggressive than the old staff, and I know Sam and them probably disagree with me on that. But why I say that, I think they identify who they want, and they go get them, and they take more chances maybe on some kids. But that's being aggressive, and I think in the long run, they're getting kids with huge upside, and I think it will pay off. When he got those 4 kids from Arkansas the first day on the job, I'm talking about Ryan Silverfield. When he did that really put a great start for him. And I think everything he's done, he got Hank Hendricks from Fayetteville. I know that caused a controversy, and I get where both sides were kind of pointing the finger at other. I get that. But, I mean, the bottom line is Hank's going to be a Razorback. He's got a good home support system with his dad, so it's not like he got duped into signing with Arkansas, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I like it. I like what Silverfield and his staff has done. I think they're really thorough on stuff.
Well, we really appreciate the update. I know where can people follow you all weekend if they want to know what's happening?
Yeah, hogville.net, Pig Trail Nation, Otis Kirk 23, Twitter. So, yeah, just give me a follow and check it out.
All right.
And it'll definitely be a busy one.
And then hopefully we can check back with you on Monday and see how it went over the weekend. All right, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great weekend. I know it'll be a busy one. Otis Kirk.
He's excited.
The Godfather.
He lives for
Arkansas
it, man. It's like I said, he lives for this.
Love RD, the work he does.
All these
guys do so much. Man, it takes so much effort to just stay on top of this stuff. But I likes the aggressiveness of Ryan Silverfield.
I like the fact that he's gotten some players who've played. Some guys who've started games. Lots of times in the portal, you can get a lot of bodies from big-name schools, and all you're doing is getting another team's backups. And you're going to start them when they're really a backup. And that's happened a time or two, not just here but other places. And I like the fact these guys have played.
And then once you get your team, then it's like, all right, what's the process? Because, they've already started the offseason, whatever, going into spring ball and winter conditioning, all that stuff, whatever they're doing. What's the team going to turn out to be? Like the coaching really begins now. Yeah. But you got to get the roster first.
Well, confidence is built a lot of times in that weight room. It's built in that off-season program. And hopefully you see that when they hit the field and spring practice starts. But, yeah, you want to get them in here and get them in the program as quick as you can.
Man, if you can be as excited as Otis is about your weekend, it'll be a good weekend.
I know.
About anything.
About anything.
Yeah.
Wiener Schnitzel.
The Wiener Lovers Club.
It is. That's it. Bart and Edward are both signed up.
They are.
Show us the way, fellas. Well, hey, have a great weekend.
Have a good trip.
Have safe travels. Chuck's going to Athens. I'm going to Miami.
You got the better deal.
See what we have. You'll be back before I am.
Yeah, I
I'll
will
tell
be.
you that.
I'll be in my bed tomorrow night.
But for all of us here at the Chuck and Bo Show, we hope you have a good, safe weekend. Catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand anytime, wherever you get podcasts, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30. 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the basketball palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
You know, see, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like walk-ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw